Hello, and welcome to the Lost Archives for episode 49. Oh my god, so many episodes. Almost half a century of episodes to watch. So, if you're new to the channel, buckle up. You have a lot of work to do. You've got some homework. So what I need you to do, pause the stream, go do your homework, watch all 49 episodes, come back and join us. No, absolutely kidding. My name's Owen. I'm the Dungeon Master for our campaign, The Tyranny of Dragons. However, this campaign is all about the lovely players who will introduce themselves and their characters right now.
Hey everybody, I'm Claire. I'm playing Mira, Dragonborn Sorcerer, half Silver Dragon, half Red Dragon. Yeah, that's Mira. That's all there is to her, definitely. Yeah.
Nice and short and sweet. Love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, I'm Michael. I'm playing Lockie the Warforged Artificer, who's was a little beat up, but he's been healed by his friends.
For now.
Alright. So, hey guys, I'm Jared, and I play the character of Jin. I'm a level 6 Law Bard and a level 2 Hexblade Warlock. Currently helping out the Adventuring Guild Tempest Guild on their adventures to save the world from Tiamat. We're currently in a ziggurat, and we'll continue on with the session. I'll pass it over to Ellie.
Hello, I'm Ali. I'm playing Lyra the Moon Druid, who is level 8 and definitely did not intentionally try to drown an NPC last session.
Noted.
All cannibalism of the previous session.
Yeah, there is.
That wasn't last session.
Yeah.
I'll retouch on that. Don't worry, I'm not going to let that go. I'll talk about that.
Repercussions. I'm Matt, and I'm playing Yervith, the newest member of this ragtag group of adventurers. And yeah, he is having spooky times in the ziggurat with all of his friends.
Spoopy times in the ziggurat. That's it. Now, for those of you who are joining us, you'll notice...
That should be the name.
Yeah.
Spoopy times in a ziggurat.
Yeah.
I'll fix it up right now. Now, those of you who are joining us live, you will notice that for some of you, if you are currently located in Melbourne or Sydney, or basically any other state in Australia apart from Queensland, you will notice that we are a little bit late starting tonight. If you are located in the Sunshine State of Australia, otherwise Queensland, you will notice we're starting a little bit early. That's because Australia this time of year goes into something called daylight savings, where most of the country decides to turn their clocks to a more reasonable time and takes advantage of the sunlight. Whereas the state that's still stuck back in the 1950s doesn't quite get its head around the concept of how you can change clocks and actually change time. So we won't be changing time here in Queensland because we don't believe in time travel here. It's not allowed. You can't change clocks without there being repercussions. You don't mess with time. So
it's just all about the sunlight, the sunshine.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Look, if you mess with time, time messes with you back. So we Queenslanders, we like a simple life. We don't mess with time. We keep it simple, keep it straight. However, that does mean that we're now in 2 different time zones for the next 4 months. So we will set a proper time. At this point, I'm thinking we will go ahead at 6:45 Brisbane time, 7:45 Melbourne time, or Australian Eastern Standard Time with daylight savings. But we'll let you know, and I'll let you know on Twitter when I have figured out what we're doing, because Australia's a funny country with daylight savings, and Queensland, for some strange reason, my state just doesn't really bother with most of the important decisions that the rest of the country tries to go ahead with. Anyhow, that's a little bit behind the scenes. If you're a podcast listener and YouTube viewer, you don't give a shit. You're watching this in your own time anyway. So, last session, we had a little bit of fun. I will bring us across to the map because we've spent a little bit of time moving through an area known as the Tomb of Diderus, a large golden ziggurat located in the center of a lost city. The party have come here tracking a group known as the Order of the Dragon, or the Cult of the Dragon. A cult that has been active for some time on the continent of Oceania, on the world of Nostea. Traditionally, mostly focusing on bringing Dracoliches back, basically undead dragons, animating them to use for their own nefarious means. But something has changed recently. They seem to be focused now on some other goal, which the party have, I think at this point, pretty much nailed. They're trying to bring Tiamat, an evil betrayer god, into this realm. Last time such a thing occurred, the world was shattered in an event known as the Ruin. And we're now learning that there were some other things that happened during the Ruin as well. During their exploration of the ziggurat, our druid friend Lyra, who has been searching for clues about where her circle of druids has gone, discovered that the Yuan Ti may be the descendants of those druids with which she once shared a sisterhood and brotherhood with. At the center of a large...
Hopefully not badgers.
Not badgers, unfortunately. Snakes, not badgers. What's that? Badger, snake, a deadly snake. Yeah.
Mushroom.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Spot the 90s kids. So, after entering into the tomb, after basically breaking their way in with some very clever use of trickery, disguise, Jin using his natural shape-shifting disguise powers, the party fought an animated chimera, basically a series of tiles that have been animated, and Yervith retrieved a sword made of stained glass windows and tile pieces, which he has on his person, which currently is a +1 sword. I've decided not to tell him what it does. When it activates, I will tell him what the effect is, because I think his expression is going to be fucking amazing, and I want to save that for the stream. So I haven't told him what his sword does yet, because I'm going to enjoy the reveal of it. The party have headed further south, coming across a room filled with sarcophagi, the bodies of those left before. And then they also headed south into a room that contained a study, as well as a restless spirit. The spirit who called herself... Oh gosh, give me a second. The spirit who called herself Ilda said she was one of Diderus's apprentices, warned the party about the dangers of this area, seemed slightly untethered. The party did their best to comfort her and talk to her, particularly Lyra, and they were able to pass through without any sort of incident with her. After heading through a series of double doors at the end of the corridor, they entered into a large room with a massive statue, a massive man with a massive flowing white beard, large purple toga, sitting on a large golden throne with a series of floating clouds around it. The dice sort of designed to represent floating clouds concealing a golden sun. And as they stepped into the room, the creature spoke. "Ye who seek Diderus's insight must first furnish tribute, that Diderus might work his mighty magic. Lay such tribute at my feet or depart." And that is where we left off last session. So, my question is, what would you guys like to do?
Oh my god.
Is he talking to us?
He's looking straight at you.
Well, that's a yes.
I just clutched the amulet. I'm like, nope.
What tribute do you think he wants? Like, do you reckon he wants, like, physical tribute? Like, as in, like, monetary item kind of possession? Or is he talking about, like, your firstborn child? Or, like, knowledge?
That's what you meant.
I don't have a lot of gold. Sorry. It's been a long time.
Does he want us to sing him the greatest song in the world? I don't understand.
I would love to sing
Owen?
the greatest song in the world, if you know it.
I don't.
It might just be a tribute, though.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. Everyone who participated in that joke, I'm giving you disadvantage. No, I'm kidding.
No!
Jared, what were you going to say? Please, Jim.
I was just going to ask, is there anything in the room to signify any tribute that had been left before?
Oh, that's a very good question. Make me a perception or investigation check. Very, very good question.
That's a great question.
Perception or investigation? Let's go with this one.
It's a solid question.
24.
24. Yeah, at the foot of the throne is a pile of treasure. You can see there's some silver, sort of basically the way the cloud dais is arranged is there's little dips and natural crevices for things to be placed. One of the areas looks like it contains quite a bit of silver. You reckon between 200 to 300 pieces of silver, just judging by the size of the pile. You can see some silver necklaces. Not quite sure how many from this angle, but looks like there's a few there, maybe 4 or 5. You can see there is a potion as well sitting there. With essentially this boiling mass of red liquid moving around inside of it and occasionally creating these little puffs of black smoke right in the spout of the flask. Apart from that, lots and lots of worthless bits of jewelry, pottery. There's even a painting of a large ferret being ridden by a halfling. It's passably good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want it. No.
I'm
He is
Yeah,
naked,
as
I
everyone
should say.
sort
The
of-
halfling is naked on the back of the ferret. And there's like a battlefield in the background. He's holding a standard, and the standard reads E pluribus anus. Yeah.
Yeah. So as everyone's sort of talking amongst themselves, I'll sort of pipe up and be like, excuse me for a quick second. I can sort of see in there that there's some coins and other such treasures laden at his feet. So we have a party fund for things like this. We have
Oh. How-
40,000 CP, SP, which is silver. But I also have, and don't forget this, 180 pastries that I can just divulge him with.
Wait. You're saying you're carrying 40,000 silver pieces with you right now?
But also the 180 pastries that I got on a night out by accident. They're just in this bag, and I hold this like bag. Just a bag of holding.
It's a very small pouch. Yeah.
Okay. I was so confused. I was like, huh? Okay.
Yervith, I would say,
I,
Yervith, that you are familiar with Bag of Holding. You are familiar with Bags of Holding. The Adventurers League would use them all the time. The Oxenford Historical Society has two that they use for things like this because it's an easy way to transport goods. They also have a portable hole, which is like the better version of the Bag of Holding. So you've seen those in use. You know what they are. You know what they do.
Cool.
I pull out 5 pastries because you said they don't go off in there. And
No,
I
we
hand them
discussed
out to
that, yeah.
everyone.
I made a rather
Eat-
contentious ruling
yeah.
that because there's
Eat
no
up, I have
oxygen,
so many.
there's no bacteria that can grow. So only
What-
anaerobic bacteria can grow. And as far as I'm aware, there's no anaerobic bacteria responsible for rotting food. If anyone's a microbiologist, feel free to correct me in chat, but I'm pretty confident in my assessment there. You buy 5 pastries.
So-
Yeah. Slightly stale, but
I
not
just
rotted.
start passing out pastries to everybody.
Yeah.
Not as good as they once were, but for how long they've been in there for, that's quite extraordinary, actually. So we can throw them in, and also maybe put some silver into this.
I think the silver would be wise. I don't know if our friend here is
but-
a pastry lover.
Well, I guess there's no food around him, Owen, is there? But there's other things that are like awkward, like pottery and all that. Like
That's
guess
not to say
pastry's
he
seen
hasn't
as a-
eaten them yet.
That's true.
um,
And maybe because there's no food around him, he's still hungry.
I'd be hungry too if I was sitting in a tomb for hundreds of years with no food.
how about I put the pastries there because I don't really have a use for them, and let's see what he does, and then we have the SP to fall on.
Sorry, no. I just had a picture of when they're trying to coax like a small animal out of a hole. Let's put it there and see what he does. So, I think that's a great idea.
Excellent.
I'd love to see it. So you step on through and
I sort of like nod to everyone, give them a thumbs up, and I'll walk in, and then as I get closer to this thing, I'll go, "Oh, great one. I present you with tribute. Hopefully this is enough." And then I just like let out like 50 pastries onto the floor.
okay. Okay. Oh god. Two reasons I'm laughing there. One is what Chad have just commented. Is that it's Harley? Okay, carry on. 2 is for that. As Jin steps up and turns over the bag of holding, we're not going to read out that comment out loud because I don't want to get banned.
Yeah, that's fair.
As Jin walks over towards the dais, opens up the bag of holding and just, I'm assuming like you're reaching in and pulling out pastries, right? We're not gonna have you turn it inside out. You're just like flinging pastries at this thing.
Aggressive?
No, I sort of had it in my head that I would sort of unload like 50 at once.
Okay, I'm going to allow it simply because of it's rule of cool and it's pretty funny.
What I'll do is
yeah,
I'll
no,
like
I
unload
like it.
50, and as I'm starting to see there's heaps coming out, I'll like close it to sort of how I sort of want like 50.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean,
I'll
this
be
is
standing there, and then everyone
Yeah.
behind me, this avalanche of pastries will just fall out of this little bag.
so I need you to mark off how many pastries you've just spent. By the way, I'm keeping
fine.
track. I'm
I
kidding.
now have 130.
As you basically turn the bag of holding, you open up the spout and just start shaking these like pastries out. The massive bearded figure in this large purple robe just slowly looks down at you as these pastries begin just piling up, covering all the treasure that is at his feet. And it begins spilling over onto the floor as well. You have presented a worthy gift. Proceed. And he holds his hand out and gestures towards a door to the north. With a click, you hear the door unlock and open.
I turn to the party and I go, well, I don't know if that's me covered or all of us. Good luck, and I'm going to walk to the door.
What an asshole. Yeah, so you guys just watch as Jin just walks away. Jin, don't go too further up the stairs. I'll tell you about the stairs.
No, I'm
There is
safe.
there is a fun
I'll
feature you
bet,
see at the bottom of the stairs that I'll save for when the others join you.
Yep,
Yeah, what are
I'll
the rest of you
save
doing?
Yeah, you ever kind of look around like super confused by just what happened, and then be like, I'm not even gonna ask, okay? And then I'm just gonna take a couple of steps forward into the middle of the room, and I'm gonna keep my eyes on the wizard dude.
Yep.
See if he's like saying anything. Is he looking at me? Is he?
His
Kill?
head, as you enter, his head turns to look at you, but his hand stays outstretched towards the door to the north.
Oh, cool. I'm like, oh, I give him a nice like, how you do? Enjoy the pastries, and I saunter up to Jin and go,
Saunter.
that was easy.
Yes.
Too easy, one might say. No, he doesn't say that. He doesn't
When
say.
you came home drunk with those pastries, I was wondering about the efficacy of the plan, but it seems to have worked perfectly.
I sort of hear that from like around the corner, and you just hear a shout. Ah, yes, always thinking ahead, not away everything and being in a blackout haze, but totally moved plan that I orchestrated. You sort of hear that echo from the other room.
So yeah, you've joined Jin. You've walked through the room, past the massive wizard.
Did Jin just say that out loud? You said
Yes.
that, right? Can I insight
Yeah,
check
because
that,
I
please?
heard I did. Huh?
Can I insight check that? Please?
Yes, of course you can. Absolutely. But Matt, remember for this group, the correct way to ask if you believe somebody is to shout "insight check" into my ears as loudly as you can. Try and keep.
Oh
it
well, I mean, yeah. Okay, I'll remember that for next time.
it's important.
Insight
yeah.
check.
Thank you. Yes, of course you can. Absolutely.
Thank you.
That's perfect. If I can't hear out of one ear at the end of it, you know you've asked correctly.
Uh,
Natural 20 for 29.
Yeah.
I guess this is over to Jin. How sincere are you being?
No, that was definitely like dripping with sarcasm. Like, there was
Fantastic.
like maybe not sarcasm so much as like I don't know, it was probably sarcasm. I was having fun with it. I knew what I did.
Yervith,
But I wasn't like sugarcoating anything.
Yeah, Yervith,
Yeah.
you know he's just absolutely taking the piss. He's being
Yeah.
really sarcastic, bit belligerent even.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be super sarcastic.
It's
but
more of a
it is
joking,
Lockie
tongue-in-cheek, bit of a
and
wink.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like that.
a bit more of a cheeky sarcasm. In that case, I revise.
And
Bit of
I
a
know
cheeky sarcasm.
And I know that Lockie always takes everything for gospel.
Super, yeah, completely at face value.
I sort of,
Yeah, Lockie-
I'm like, I'm just grinning. I'm just like grinning, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot that I don't know about you, Jin.
Your gift is worthy. As you pass him.
Oh, the tributes are just
Brilliant.
hilarious.
Love that.
Lockie, Lyra, and Mira. What would you three like to do?
Awkwardly
Yeah.
hurry along behind Jin.
Yep.
As you pass him by,
just
he
like,
repeats
hustle.
each time as you pass him. Your tribute is worthy. Every single time, each one of you passes. Yeah, you guys all pass through.
That carousing roll actually worked out well.
If we're passing close, does he start the sentence before the other one's finished?
Yes, yeah.
It's like,
Your tribute
your-
is worthy. Your tribute is worthy. Yeah. Yes, he does. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys pass on through.
Perfect.
Anything else here, or do you guys want to head forward? The door in front of you is unlocked. You can now see that someone has scribbled in chalk, that same rough chalk handwriting on the door. Danger. Nah, danger, I'm kidding. Couldn't resist.
Dango,
Just very
right?
quickly, I can't see anything on roll 20. Anything
Oh.
else?
I got to zoom back.
Oh, you gotta zoom out.
Zoom back.
Yeah.
Back.
Zoom
Oh,
out to
let me.
30%.
If I
Oh,
do that,
okay.
I should be able to whip you guys across to
Ah.
where you need to be.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
only
not-
a little bit of the map.
Sorry, yeah.
Right.
It's I could leave like a fog of war up for the rest of the map. What do you reckon? I'll figure that out later.
Oh, yeah?
Roll 20's a roll
Not
20's
too
a.
fast.
They've just upgraded something and I don't know how it works yet. So.
Well,
where you
there is
been?
explorable darkness.
Yeah.
That I've looked into before when I was DMing our Sunday sessions.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sort of leaves like an imprint of sort of where you've been as you go.
There we go. Let me just test it
It
out.
could help. I don't know. And not too fast.
Hey, Explorer mode's
Yeah.
working. There we go. All right, perfect.
Oh, that's
I'm just gonna
cool.
really quickly. I'll just drag
Yeah,
you guys really quickly through the dungeon, so that you know where you've been, where you're going, where you've been. Okay. Oops,
Oh,
I think I
cool,
revealed some
yeah.
stuff that you haven't seen yet.
Uh-oh.
I see
There we go.
nothing. I see nothing.
Close enough. All right, I'll move you back.
So
down.
you can use if you do that, Owen, you can like reset, like you can like hide visibility areas with the tool.
Yeah,
if
that's
something comes
right.
up that you don't want, and you can hide it.
That's awesome.
If it because that can be an issue sometimes when someone accidentally moves somewhere they're not meant to go.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind and hide everything so you can't see anything.
Perfect.
There we go. Done. Okay, so my question is, what would you guys like to do?
Towards the...
Towards the Dangador?
The Dangador?
The Dangador, yeah.
Before we
Yeah,
go
good.
through it, could Lyra do a quick check to see if, like, can she like essentially look up to see if there's like any water spouts? Like, she sort of like she knows that the screaming is essentially where the water that she was bending into the reservoir ended up, but like
Yes.
she's sort of like looking up to see if there's like additional spouts, like.
No, there's no pipes, no sluices, no spigots. No, I'm trying to be as specific as possible. No signs of any water passageway through this area. This doesn't seem to be related to that sluice gate that you opened, which provided water through. Which I'm sure you're itching to know the consequences of that.
Yeah.
I as I'm sort of standing at the door and everyone comes up to me, I sort of move aside. I sort of do like a sort of, you know, when you're sort of showing something to someone, I put my hands out and I gesture for Yervith to sort of do what he's been doing with every door.
Yeah.
Would you like to do the honors, Yervith?
Oh, yes. Of course. And I put my my ear up to the door to see if I can hear anything in the corridor. Just continuing on what I was doing.
I'll give him the help action, but I'll do it by going sort of sliding up to with him, being like, "Do you hear anything, Yervith? What is on the other side?" There's sort of just awkwardly like sitting there with him, both like ears on the door.
As you're talking, wait, you guys saying, can you see
Help
everything?
action.
I can't see everything.
I can't. I was just
I can't.
Oh, you're just trolling me.
clicking.
I can see everything.
Clicking.
Oh, okay.
I can't. I was just quoting Community again.
Oh, okay. Had me worried there for a minute. There we go. I can hide stuff now. Okay, how about now, Claire? Is that better?
Let me just refresh. I can't control Mira either for some reason.
Oh, this is fun. There we go. That's all right. We'll fix that up as we go on. So yeah, as Yervith presses his ear against the door and tries to listen in, if I can, Jin's right as he's going, what can you hear? Can you hear anything there? What about over there? Yervith, I would love a perception check, please.
Sure. No worries. With advantage because of the help action?
Yes, despite the
this
lack
is
of
my
help.
way of helping.
That's better.
24. Yeah, you can
Nice.
hear a number of rough voices in the next room talking. Essentially, you can hear, I'd say probably 3 or 4 different voices. How long do you reckon they'll be? Not sure. We've got our orders, boys. So boring. So boring. We've got to keep guarding this area. Can't we just go home? Not yet. That's what you hear.
I turn around to Jin and say, I just like I quietly like mime it out. Like,
Wait.
Oh, do we need to do
What
an
was that,
insight
sorry?
check?
four. I whisper it out. I'll whisper it. There's four in the room, but I whisper it basically.
Right.
4 words. First word.
4 words. First word. Danger guards. No. I say we got four guards in the next room. So whisper it out.
Why don't we do the classic get a mirror and peep around the corner and see what we're dealing with?
Oh,
Maybe more UMT or something. Well, yes.
yep. I'll do that. I get out Jin's trusty mirror, sort of give Jin a bit of a look and go, getting good use out of this mirror. Thanks for that. Very helpful.
I give you a thumbs up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Press the door as quietly as I can and peek around the corner with the mirror to see what I can see.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll move you up so that you can see things. You can see a large dining table in the middle of a room. The rest of the room is pretty bare bones. The walls have no. The walls don't have any decorations or anything on them. It looks like whatever was here has been removed. You can see there is another danger written over the on the floor just towards your left, towards the west there. And sitting at this large marble table are 5 humanoid figures with purple skin and these long tendril-like beards whipping out from their chin. They have large clawed fingers. They're quite muscular. And they also have tails as well, these long lizard-like tails. And they seem to be discussing backwards and forwards. Basically just sort of going, well, can't believe Zariel put us on this. Well, we need to get rid of Tiamat, don't we? Get her out of the 9 hells. Guard duty for bearded devils. Unbelievable.
Oh no.
I will relay that
I was just looking at
information
the
as
devil.
quietly as possible as I can.
Would you like to
the
make me a
rest of the
stealth
party.
check as you go to walk away?
Wait, could Lyra, before this happens, could Lyra just mind link with him and just, relay it to the party, considering she has telepathy?
Yes. Yervith, you suddenly hear in your brain Lyra's voice.
Yep, I tell Lyra
Don't panic.
through my brain.
And then she's silent, relays it to the party.
And then I will stealth anyway, because I'm a stealthy boy.
Let's see if you are. Be a shame if you rolled a natural 1 right now, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
28,
Oh,
that's
no,
good.
No.
You just tiptoe down the stairs, heading back towards the
Nice.
group.
Good news.
We got some.
Mira gives a big toothy smile.
You can
got
stage
that.
whisper. You can stage whisper. I know. I'm not going to have them hear you. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, we got some bearded devils. I think they call themselves bearded devils, and I sort of go into detail about how they look. Like, they got tentacles on there for beards, and they're purple and very muscular. Said something about Tiamat. That doesn't sound good at all. Guard duty.
Would I know the link there? Would Mira kind of know that sort of the link between the devils and Tiamat very well?
I would say you do, yeah, because you know quite a bit about Tiamat's history given your upbringing. Yeah, you know that Tiamat was the ruler of Avernus, one of the layers of the 9 Hell, for a little bit after her banishment to the Outer Planes. She basically was banished to Avernus and began, along with most of the Betrayer gods, were banished to the layers of the 9 Hells, different layers, and she, for a while, ruled. But in the last little while, a new leader of Avernus has been wreaking havoc and attempting to send dangers into Oshia. A fallen angel known as Zariel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. They mentioned Zariel as well.
And you know that Zariel and Tiamat are not friends.
That's interesting. They don't like that. They usually the devils must be having a What did they say? They were going to keep her out of the hells or bring her back. What did they say?
I think they said they were keeping her out. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said that Zariel had them on guard duty. That's weird, right?
The plot
I
thickens.
thought you guys were here to stop Tiamat from being summoned, but
That
they're
makes it
here.
sound like he's already here.
But they're here to stop her from being summoned as well.
Unless they're
Oh.
trying to accelerate her being summoned from the hells to here so that she is no longer in the hells.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, in any case, we got to deal with them. Kind of blocking our path, and yeah.
I had a thought. Approximately, like, from just sort of spatial reasoning, essentially, how close is the room that we're going into to the room that Lyra may have been filling with water where the screams were coming from?
You feel like you're getting a bit closer. Yeah, definitely getting closer.
Well, they didn't panic. Well, I mean, they don't seem to have panicked when whoever on Earth was screaming after I definitely did fill the room with water. But, you know, they don't seem to be overly concerned about that. Maybe Mira and I could surreptitiously move some water up the stairs and try and scare them into vacating the room. Like, maybe make them think that this room is now filling with water. Or we just fight them, one or the other. Or we sneak. Although...
I mean, if a distraction is what you're after, I do have the ability to do something along those lines. It will be small and short, but I mean, I can create a sound, a light, an odor. I can make something say 25 words or something. Something to draw them away. You know, if we wanted to ambush them.
We could certainly try. Perhaps there seems to be a corridor or a room around to the left. Perhaps we could try and get them to go down that corridor, and then we could jump them when they come back.
Or call them into this room, but have an ambush laid for them.
Oh, do you think he'll mind? I point at the wizard guy.
If
He
they
doesn't-
haven't paid their tribute,
doesn't
he
move.
might have something to say about it.
That is
That's
true.
possible.
I mean, I'm sure those bearded fellows didn't leave this guy pastries like we did. Am I right? Look at Jin, like.
Well, there are a few options afforded to us. There's a number. I could always try and go in and just talk with them. I don't know how that would go down. I haven't really had a good look at them.
Have
I'd
you
have to get in a
or
bit closer.
Jin, have you ever dealt with devils before? Talking to them is just as dangerous. They might lure you into some sort of deal.
Potentially, but it depends on if I'm a devil or not as well. But they might not be. Yeah, they might be a bit fraught with peril there. It's really hard to say. I could just waltz in and cast Hypnotic Pattern, and that could knock out a few of them out of the fight, and we just pick on the ones that stay up, and then we can just sort of go and hit one after another.
That sounds
As in
good.
just
I'll
bum rush them.
actually just show what that is.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Basically, you just stun like a bunch of them,
Yeah.
and then pick on one after another.
Yeah.
Because they actually, once they fail to save, they can't get out of it.
Yeah, if they fail the save. What's the save?
It's a wisdom. They shouldn't be very good at wisdom. They should be able to knock out like half the party, if that. Maybe even more.
Yeah.
It depends. Are we trying to still be stealthy in this place, or are we going to announce our presence? So far, we've been very good, actually. I think we've done very well.
Yeah.
But yes.
Well, that is definitely a question to ask.
Well, I would prefer to be as stealthy as possible. It's what I'm comfortable doing, but
Wow.
if we can try and lure them away, would have that could be a good suggestion. If not, we can fall back on your spellcasting, Jen.
You can always try and do the
That's a good
filling
idea.
up the room. You can give that a go, and then if it doesn't work the way we anticipate, then I always have that as a fail-safe.
Oh, I have an idea for both the destruction and use of water. If you just let a little bit of water here go, Lyra, I can move it across as a puddle. They can follow the puddle. I'll make a moving puddle.
I like it, but maybe if we can sneak it in so they don't know it's coming from us. Maybe
Oh, no,
she's
if
still
you
just,
do
you know, she's upended it. There's a puddle forming at her feet.
Okay.
That would be wise. Yeah.
So which room are we talking about that they're in? Is it this one here?
It's this one.
One's the north. Yeah.
One to the north. Oh, sorry. Not that.
No, it's all right. Oh, good.
We'll forgive you
So
this
that's
once.
going upstairs. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could just wait 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I mean, if you can move the water, can you make it seem like? Have you ever seen? I believe they're called an ooze.
Yes,
Could you make it mimic an ooze?
I can do that.
It doesn't really matter where it comes from. Just kind of blobbing along.
Yeah.
Singing a
Oh,
song.
If Lyra can help Mira in any way using her shape water as well.
Yeah, I
like,
think
to
if
make
both of you
more
are doing it
lifelike or
together.
whatever.
Yeah. If both of you are working together for shape water, it'll be much more convincing.
Especially because I don't have dark vision, so I won't be able to see as far as it can go. Is the only thing.
So my question is, what's your plan? What are you guys doing?
Oh, I have an even better idea.
Okay.
Lockie,
Yes.
one of your little devices that you mentioned that you could make,
Yes.
put that in the water, and then I'll move it 30 feet into the room, and then once it dissipates, I'll dissipate the water, and then it can go off.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. Should I have it as a? Should I have it emit an odor or a flash or what should I
I
do?
think a series of words might
A
be most
series of
distracting.
words. Ooh, what should the words be?
This
Yervith is
statement
gonna
is
hide-
false.
Yervith is going to hide
Is it-
behind the corner.
Okay,
That's a very
perfect.
good idea.
Big brain.
This is not going to go
Nice.
tits up at all.
No.
Oh, no, not at all.
So should we
Something
perhaps
about-
an order, maybe? As in vacate the premises, you have been reassigned or something like that?
I love it.
You have not paid your tribute. Flee now
You have
or
not-
forever.
Oh, that's a good
You could
idea.
record the wizard. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
You have
The giant-
outstanding debts.
Yeah. Your tribute was not worthy.
You heard that wizard. You could probably imitate him quite well.
Owen, would my character know what Zariel looks like?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
No mortal really would know. What's come through from the hells, because there's not much travel between the planes. If there's travel between the planes, then the betrayer gods could have escaped their prison. The planes are pretty much kept separate. With the loss of the giant portals, the planes are no longer connected. It's very rare for anyone to be able to travel the planes. No one knows. It's the name that's come, the name and this knowledge that one of the angels has fallen. Who worked for one of the divine gods. The divine gods obviously took an oath of non-involvement after the events of the ruin. Took a back seat after the betrayed gods were locked away, and Zariel went against their wishes and started getting involved in things, and took the fight to Avernus. No one quite knows how she got there, but the name and that she's a fallen angel has drifted back up, and it's one of the stories that bards would have told to frighten children around a campfire. So you would have learnt it as a story, this boogeyman. But probably the description you got was like this 8-foot tall, massive horns, like massive teeth. Like the story's been corrupted and changed over time. Oh, for those of you who are listening,
Oh,
you got one of the
good.
rare books from my big dog, Lucy, who very rarely books, which means if I open this blind, there's the possum.
Wow.
Every time. I'll invite both pups in for a little hello at the end.
I mean, if we're going to get the voice, I mean, we may as well get it directly from the horse's mouth, presumably. He's going to pull out what seems like a little layered cake of gears, but one has a needle that is pressed onto the bottom of it, so it's a little bit like a record.
Yeah.
And then as it hears a sound, it'll scratch it into it. And he'll turn to the wizard friend and go, "Excuse me, Mr. Gatekeeper Wizard Man. If our tribute was not worthy, what would you have told us?"
Your tribute is worthy.
Okay, I'll erase that. If it hadn't have been, pretend in the world where it hadn't have been, what would you have said?
Your tribute is worthy.
Oh, I know.
I don't think this is going to work.
No, take one of the pastries. Take the pastry.
I'll pick.
You can.
What are you doing?
Even if you take one, there's still 50 there, like 49.
The 50 might have been his number.
I mean, if this pleases him, he might squash me into a pancake. But let's see what happens. I'm going to erase the thing, and I'm going to set it moving, and then reach for one of the pastries.
He makes no move to stop you. He just sits there looking at you with his arm still gestured out towards the door, stern expression on his face.
I'll pick a pastry up.
How dare you touch that which is Diderus's? He stands up and begins stomping towards you. That's going to be initiative, everybody.
No!
You hear from the next room, Yervith, who's listening out for the devils. You hear, fuck, another one set off the old golem again. Good luck. From the next room. Yeah, fantastic. Oh, you guys did so well getting past it. I was like, oh, fuck, there you go. Welcome back.
Yeah, the natural one. That's
Nah, we need to get an accurate recording of what's wrong. Quickly, let's steal the pastries.
Well, I
love
mean, we
you
were
guys.
trying.
I love you guys so much.
Oh, of course you did.
Wow.
Oh boy, we have some good initiatives tonight. So let's just quickly check in with the initiatives. We've got 15 from Jin. After that, it's all single digits. 9 from Yervith, 5 from Lockie, 3 from Mira, 3 from Lyra. Luckily, I rolled a 2 for the clay golem, so only...
Yervith should be 11. I don't know. If that's...
Oh, Yervith should be
doesn't
11.
really-
Apologies.
And Lockie's actually a 3 as well.
Lockie's a 3 as well. Oh my god. Okay, so some of them hadn't updated. So sorry, 15 for Jin, 11 for Yervith, and then 3 for Mira, Lockie, and Lyra. Fuck, 2 for the clay golem, luckily, the giant golem wizard.
Give him more pastries.
So, Jin, you're up first. I better switch the music over. What you
I'm
see,
going
this
to use-
this giant bearded wizard in these robes, like 12 feet tall, stands up, his head brushing against the ceiling, and he begins stomping
I
towards
need
you
wine,
guys.
please.
Whose Google said that they need wine? I could hear that. Oh, amazing.
Wow.
So good. Yeah. So, Jin, what would you like to do as you see this?
Fuck.
Fuck. Actually, I like. I want to change it. As the golem stands up, he goes, "Boy," and then stomps towards you. Boy.
I'm going
That's
to use Mage Hand to grab the pastry out of Lockie's hand and place it back
Okay.
and say, "Oh, great one, hopefully this reappeases you. If not, don't fret, for I have more pastries."
He looks back. You have returned that which was taken. You may leave. And sits back down again.
Yay!
Epic encounter.
We're out of
Nice.
initiative order. Boy, touch my pastries
Admittedly,
again.
though,
Okay.
definitely.
Boy.
Look, Lockie will turn off the recorder and be like, "I'm glad I could not sweat. Or I would be doing so at this moment."
Is that a bit of oil I see leaking out of one of your orifices?
I seem to have
Lockie?
oiled myself.
So, where do we take the pastries? In the direction of pastries. Truly love God of War. Carry on. Sorry.
Alright.
Now I'm just.
Um,
I think I should have God of War
Okay.
playthrough.
Scratch off the end of that recording where he's happy with us again, and I will turn the dial all the way back because I've recorded his voice being very unhappy.
You got 25
Oh,
words?
okay,
Yeah,
so
you got
we
all
did-
of it. Yeah.
So we got all of it. Okay.
Got all of it.
Interesting.
Can Lyra just sort of pat Lockie on the shoulder and just sort of say, you know, we heard them acknowledge that the golem went off, and now they know we are here, right?
Well, they would have
They
heard the
didn't-
golem before. So if
They
they,
didn't
hear
seem
the
very
golem-
fussed.
Maybe we could just saunter up.
I mean, I have this recording. I can tell you an idea.
I don't know about that. I don't know if they'd be the. We
I'm
could
willing
try.
to give anything
As
to
you
go.
guys are talking, taking your sweet ass time, a figure at the top of the stairs calls out, "Oi, what are you lot doing here?"
Well,
So
fuck.
he can't see us yet because the door's closed.
It's a good point. That's a good point.
So
Yep, that's true. Yervith
he
did not.
hasn't
Yervith
seen
didn't
us
say he
yet.
closed the door, but he did say he came back in and hid around the corner. I'm
I-
going to take that as
I
closing
think
the door.
Yeah, I think we would have closed it probably.
Yeah.
I
don't
will.
think
I
we'd have
will in
just
that
left it
case.
open.
I'll retcon that. You don't see anything or hear anything.
He can still shut down if he wants. Does he still shut down?
No. You just
Or-
hear like, I'm gonna go check it out, boys, and then that's it.
Oh, okay. So he is coming. Well, I think we're about to. Okay, let's move. Out everyone over here.
Oi,
Okay.
what are you lot doing here? As he opens the door.
Jump it!
What are you lot doing? Who are you? You're not snake people.
No, we were sent here.
Ooh,
All
I'm
right,
gonna stay over here.
fair enough. Starts walking away.
I'm going to disguise myself again, Owen, as the snake person I had emulated before.
Yeah.
I'll use the disguise self. I'm going to come back in. Well, this might get us past a lot easier than I thought. Come now, let us see what we can do.
Okay.
Because
following you.
after interaction, that's a really nonchalant. "Oh, okay, you guys are here. Fine, that's cool.
Yeah.
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 So, as a snake person, I think it might just give us some more weight from like leading the troop.
Unless they hate snake people for whatever reason.
They didn't really seem to. I think they're just really bored
Yeah.
that they're even here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come into the room. Ah, yes. Hello. I had a slight hiccup in that. We'll just be moving on
hey,
further.
I got a message. A message for the snake people who come through.
Yes.
The message reads, and he pulls open a small sheet of paper and begins reading off it. You need to stay out of the main vault. The prisoner is being questioned. He rolls back up, puts it back in his belt.
Very easy. I shall lead this party on further, and we shall take your instructions
No problem.
to the T.
Not a
quickly
problem
for
at all.
notes. What did he say again? Sorry, I'll just quickly get that down for note.
Stay out of the vault. The vault is off limits. The prisoner is being interrogated.
Cool.
We move on, I suppose.
With purpose, like
With
we're meant to be
yes.
That's
What are you lot? Who are you lot? What's your story?
here. Oh, I
Pretty-
thought.
pretty
Sorry,
bored
I thought he'd gone already.
No, you're in the room. Jin and Yervith and Lyra are basically like at the foot of the stairs, and then Lockie and Mira are sort of at the very bottom. But there's still, like, you're just looking into a room. You can see that there's a room, a large marble table with 5 of these bearded devils sitting around it. Look like they're playing cards.
Okay, I said that in my head.
Yeah. What's your story? Yeah, what are you doing in here?
Well, we are part of the Order. I am taking these ones further in to help out the rest.
Do you know how much longer we've got to stay guard here?
Above my pay grade, unfortunately.
Oh, sorry, wasn't talking to you, snake person. Looks at the rest of you. You lot, you're with Varum, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Maybe a deception check.
Is that everybody? How are we doing this?
I will allow the first person who said yes, which I believe was Claire, may make a
Yay.
deception check
That was lucky.
with advantage because everyone
She's
answered yes,
charisma.
one after the other.
It'd be funny if, like, no. I mean,
No.
Well,
Natural 20 for 28.
Yeah,
Mira would have advantage on that anyway because she's Dragonborn. I'll move you guys up because you guys are tall.
that's
I'll
right.
move you guys up. 'Cause you're...
I just kind of wave from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Very like.
so how's everything going? You guys almost ready to get Tiamat out? We're pretty sick of her, to be honest.
hopefully in time. There are a lot of moving parts, and this takes time, but
Look, we've heard all this
I think
bullshit
we're on
before.
good track.
We've been summoned here for 16 weeks. We've not been allowed
I
to eat
do
anyone.
apologize.
This is terrible. We're so sick of being here.
I will relay your concerns to my superiors. If you'd like to fill out a complaints form in the meantime, I can leave one for you here.
Oh, we love forms. We love forms. Can we provide our own complaints form?
Yeah, we've got a few of them.
Well, I will give you a stack of paper.
Oh,
She
fantastic.
has a stack
Great.
of paper.
They gladly take the paper and begin writing out what looks to be incredibly complex legal documents.
We'll need signatures from both parties, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, if you could,
But as I said,
please.
with my superiors, I'll happily take these to them.
Fantastic. Great. Well, if I could get your signature here, I've marked 3 X's where I need you to sign off.
It passes over a sheet of paper with very cramped, narrow handwriting and a bit of a slant, and it's also written in a very strange language. Mira, what languages do you read?
Not infernal.
Okay, fantastic. That's all I needed to know. It's infernal.
It's a standard complaints form. I've just pre-filled out all of my complaints. I've made certain to mark off all the areas where I think there's improvement, and you'll notice on the back I've also taken note of our KPIs. We've been achieving those quite adequately for the last 16 weeks. If you could pass those on to management, that'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Will do. I'll gather them up. I will not sign them.
Oh, we really need you to sign those documents, please.
No, you see, under Section 38B
Boy.
of our contract that I
Yep.
already have, and she will just,
Oh, make me a persuasion check.
she will carry.
Wait, can Lyra, while this is happening, can Lyra be offering them out of her jar of boiled sweet? Like, just sort of be like, you said you haven't eaten in a while. Would you like a boiled sweet?
Oh, it's okay. That's okay. Thank you. We prefer flesh.
Good.
We said we hadn't eaten anyone in a while. We're not allowed to eat anyone.
Out of game, Lyra also prefers eating people.
Yes.
I mean, we-
So she has a
particularly her own kind specifically.
Never mind.
I believe there's a name for someone who eats members of their own species. Can someone help me out with that name? What is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, no, that's someone else's tongue. That's right. It's cannibalism.
To be fair, Lyra didn't eat them. The snake did.
Different.
I ate his liver with
Mira
a
was
side
not
of
there,
fava
you know.
beans and a nice Chianti.
nice.
Yeah, so Mira, with your persuasion of 19, we're getting off topic, sorry. The devil's sort of, we've got a pro here.
Yeah, someone's dealt with our documents before. Very well, very well. We'll wait for the next poor sucker to come on through to get out of here.
Are you gonna take those documents, or can we save time and money and just pass those over to the next sap who comes through who can't read Infernal?
Yeah, do what you want.
I'll take the documents back.
Mm-hmm. I could take them, actually. Could I take them? Will they let me take them if I just say,
Yeah, if
I
you-
will hand it over to my superiors? People who are much more powerful than I am.
Oh, okay. As you offer that, one of the devils looks at you and goes, sorry, are you offering to get one of the higher-ups to sign this document here? And he points at the sheet of paper written in Infernal.
I make no guarantees, but I will leave it on their desk, in their inbox.
I'll tell you right now, if you can persuade or otherwise gather signatures from one of the higher-ups on this page, we will be very grateful to you. And the gratitude of our kind opens doors. No contract, just an offer.
Yeah, if you were able to secure some signatures, We might find ourselves very grateful. Very grateful indeed.
Well, no harm ever did come from paperwork.
Deception check.
Or does Mira actually believe
No, she
that?
actually believes
Mira
that.
would believe that, yeah. As a politician, if Mira believes that no harm's ever come from paperwork, fuck me.
Oh no.
Jesus. All harm comes from paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll do
you
what
can
I
find
can.
yourselves with a very, very good friend. A very grateful one.
Very grateful.
I'll do what I can. Big smile.
With
Yeah,
that, I think
they just
I'll
nod.
start ushering the party past them to the door over here.
Yep. With purpose.
You,
I will walk.
You ought to be a little bit careful there, friend, if you're going to be heading out that way. We were told to guard from anyone coming back from that area there, so just look after yourselves. Also, this area here, they point towards the western wall. Both those areas we've been told to keep watch on. Anyone coming out of those areas, and we have to kill them. So just be warned, if you do come back this way, we will have to attack you, because we've not been specified orders, and we do have to follow the terms of our contract.
It's very specific.
It is very specific. We make very specific paperwork.
If you wanted to sign a new contract giving us some new directions, you're welcome to fill out Form 13C-41A.
And they pull out a large scroll that does appear to be written in red ink or blood. Not sure.
Standard contract, standard terms of employment.
I think I'll just sort of wave it off and just be like, we have places to be. We shall go. See you, well,
In hell.
won't see us again. it
See you in hell.
seems.
Good one. It's always good when mortals know where they're headed.
Yes, saves us time.
So yeah, we'll start making our way through. I think we're going over here.
East or west? There's two pathways you can go.
Which was the pathway that would be more likely to take us to where that water
Yeah,
chamber
the water.
was?
Yeah.
You, at this stage, you think you're very close to being directly underneath the room, where the, directly south of the room where the water was heard and the screaming was heard. So that looks to be towards the northeast from where you are now.
Northeast?
So-
Yeah,
so
this
take
door
that.
over here
Takes
makes
it
sense.
east
Yeah,
then?
the eastern door.
Yeah,
No.
With purpose.
With purpose.
With purpose.
With purpose.
So yeah, as a,
Yeah, it's probably just as well you don't go raid the treasure chambers.
As you begin walking that way.
We turn and walk the other way. No.
Did you say treasure?
Ah, yes, obviously the, yeah, I mean, your friend would know this. He points towards the UNT. They've been collecting all sorts of trinkets and items in their time here in the Golden City. Storing it all back there.
Well, that makes an awful lot of sense.
That does make sense.
I think we've committed to this door though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, you guys can go that way if you want. You just let me know.
Oh, devils also say a lot of lies. This might not be true at a game,
Yeah, true.
but it's so tempting.
Mm.
Back.
So
I think we're gonna go
scroll-
through this
scroll
door.
is oddly tempting.
Yeah.
We've got more information for you. We've been here for 16 weeks after all.
Yes, if there was more information required, we could come to some sort of deal.
I think we'll just pass through the door.
Yeah, we'll just.
This is too tempting.
No.
Let's just go.
I see.
Ah,
why-
what a shame all that treasure just being left all on its own.
As you pass on through. Yeah.
Devils tempting.
Mhm.
And of course, there's that mural of the druids. Yeah.
As you begin walking away.
We're walking away, Owen. We're walking away.
We're
It's not
walking
me, it's
through
not
the
me.
door.
It's not me. It's not me.
No, not at all.
It's just some bearded devils. Yeah, you can step on through the door. I'll move the dynamic lighting layer so you can see where you go. There you go. The room beyond is a narrow corridor that immediately turns towards the north.
Okay.
Is the floor sloping in either direction, or is it like pretty flat?
Looks like it's moving towards. It's moving back up again a little bit. Very gentle slope. As you walked this way, obviously you walked up some stairs, and now the slope is a little bit further up again. You think you're probably almost in line with the previous room where you started out the entrance, because you've been sort of slowly moving down hill over the past couple of rooms.
As we do wander through the corridor, I'll lean and go, Mira, your ability to talk bullshit with demons is quite admirable.
We're devils. We're devils, sir.
The devil's stages.
Devils, that's what I meant.
We fucking hate demons.
Yes, I'm a politician. That's the name of the game. I was. Not anymore.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Alrighty. So,
well, shall I put my ear up against this door and
do your thing, Yervith. Do your thing.
do my thing? I'm gonna go up to this door and see if it
make
is
that perception
open.
check. Chat agree that you guys made a good call, not getting involved with the devils. Chat, you're supposed to be on my side. Come on. Come on, chat. Come on. Don't you want them to make a deal with the devil? Isn't that going to be much more entertaining?
It's 12. Not the best roll.
I heard about your Avernus campaign. No way.
What did you hear about my Avernus campaign? What did you hear about my Avernus campaign, Claire? I'm curious now.
It was a lot of fun.
That's right, it
For
was.
someone.
That's right, it was. For someone. It was for me. 12 Yervith. You just hear the gentle sound of sloshing water from the room beyond.
It's kind of difficult to hear into this room, guys. I'm gonna press my hand against the door and see if, if it's locked or not. See if it's open or.
The door isn't locked. Not at all. As you
cool.
push,
Yeah.
the door slowly begins to open.
Use my mirror to see if I can see anything in the room.
As you look into the room, you see a large, long stone chamber. Essentially a long gallery. At the very far northern wall is a large pool filled with dark water. Above it, shadows twist and turn, shifting enticingly, invitingly.
Okay. I relay that to the information to the gang. Specifically to, I think it was Lyra, who was interested in the water previously. I believe this might be what you're looking for. Pool of dark water. Directly ahead.
Is there anybody in it?
No, the room is
Nope.
empty.
Empty room by the looks of things. Only one way to find out for sure, though.
I know this probably doesn't
Albie?
need saying, but I would be very hesitant to touch that water.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. Nobody touched the water. I know that we literally said that about the lever, and then I went and pressed the lever, but nobody touched the water.
We should also be careful not to look in it as well. Remember, we have read that before throughout the temple.
Yeah.
Avert your eyes if you can.
Yes.
Well,
Avert your eyes, children.
avert your eyes.
That's it.
Think of the children. Shall we go in? Remember, we did hear voices from this room previously, so our friends may still be here.
Voices, screams.
Shall we go confidently or sneakily?
Oh, I believe we should be as stealthy as possible.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
not super great at this, but I will try.
I believe in you. You did so well outside of the temple. I was so impressed. You're a
I
natural.
wasn't wearing my armor. My armor is very clunky.
Well, that may be an issue, but we shall see. Let me have a look first. I'm going to stealthily enter the room.
Okay. Yeah, as you enter the room, the large stone ceiling, which rises 10, 15 feet above you, makes this seem almost cathedral-esque, this large stone chamber. The walls are adorned with these large spiraling root-like designs carved into the stone, and the large pool at the very end, at the center of the tangled mess of roots, rising up from the floor, down from the ceiling, and in from the walls.
Does it look like the pool that we saw on the door in the entryway that we?
Yes, it
that,
does.
Oh, it looks like that. Okay.
Yes, it does. And you can see
Right.
towards the west is a caved-in section of a
Ah.
tunnel.
Which is the
That's the door.
Which is okay.
Gotcha.
That's the door. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, if it's gonna like sort of like just kind of. Is there any other debris or any other objects in the room, or is it
Just this
an
pool
open,
at the far end as
empty
you
room?
step on in. You can see there are a set of double doors towards the eastern wall, and there
Yep.
appears to be footprints leading
Yeah, I was
towards
wa-
the pool and then towards the door.
I was gonna look at those to see if there were any footprints.
Yeah,
Um,
make me a survival check. The reason you can see these is because they're wet footprints.
Okay. Amazing.
But yeah, let's get a survival check. See
Doesn't
what else you can
sound
spot.
Anything is eaten him, so I'm assuming it might be safe.
Yeah, but you can see lots of tracks from your auntie, these snake-like bodies and bare feet, moving from this door directly through these double doors here. One set of footprints leading up to here from the door you're in, leading up to the pool, and then a couple of your auntie tracks leading from the door towards the pool as well. But they seem a lot older. The boot prints, the wet boot prints leading up towards the pool that have sort of then headed towards this door here seem to be much fresher, much more recent.
So the wet footprints go to the pool and then back towards the door on the east.
So they head from where you're coming from the door to the south, all the way through this corridor, this hallway to the pool. There's a weird kerfuffle, like basically a puddle of water and some weird splash marks and spray marks of water around the edge of the pool, and then the footprints lead towards the door towards the east.
Oh wow. Okay. I guess I turn to the group and I relay that information. Just say, well,
Yeah.
looks like someone entered the pool. Something happened. Look at Lyra. Perhaps they got water from above splashed on them, or something else, and then they've gone through those doors there.
Do we sneak our way to where the footprints go? See if we can find the people, or the less time we spend in this room, the better, I think.
I agree. I don't like the look of this pool.
True, but we should possibly see. I don't like the idea of it either, but we maybe should have a look, see if there's nothing we could do to maybe drain it or undermine it somehow. Because I'm assuming that this is the pool that changed your people, Lyra. So
Yeah, Lyra, can't you do
if
that
there's
thing
anything
with
we
the
needed
water?
to try and do.
I mean,
I
do
look at it.
we have anywhere to put it? Like, is there like a downstairs, like anywhere nearby, or like a downward hill, or a
Try and pull all the water out.
sloping gradient of some form that you
Yeah,
could
the way
move
you've
the
come was
water?
uphill. The way you've come was uphill, so you could water bend the water out of the pool, and then you and Mira together could probably push it down that narrow area back towards where the devils are, if you wanted.
Lyra looks at Mira.
Yeah.
All right, let's troll some devils. All right, guys, out of the way. We're going to do this without looking at what we're doing, so you guys need to be far away.
I
in
believe
case we
that
accidentally douse you.
I believe to cast Shape Water, you have to have sight.
Fuck.
That's right. Abuse water's not going to help you this time.
Oh.
It's only no. It's only
Yeah.
You have to
What?
see.
You can see within range.
You can see within range.
Uh-oh.
What if we freeze it?
I don't know. Do you want to freeze it?
No
You know
chance of us
what
getting
it was?
in the water.
You know what water does do? Flow. Could we direct flow? Somehow?
Maybe. The pool is
yeah.
is fairly shallow. Well, I should say, from where you're looking, the basin, it looks like it's just a flat surface of water, and then you can see this sort of strange sort of reflection of this dark, shadowy movement that makes it look like it's only very shallow. The edge of the pool don't slope down that much.
I have a suggestion. Perhaps we could overflow the pool of water and then move it that way. But that could backfire on us.
I think we'd have to go back out to the lever as well. So we could just freeze it, as you suggested, Lyra.
I have an idea, Mira. And
Yes.
as she sort of does this, she gets her flask and once again just upends it so there's a bunch of water just flowing fucking everywhere. And with her back to the pool, she lifts the water up and douses it and dumps it backwards into the pool, and starts sort of gesturing for the others to like go to the room. And like as there's sort of like this fountain of water going, so that they don't have to see it, she indicates to Mira, freeze the stream now that it's like got a surface over the water, like like backwards. Like
Okay, so how close are you getting to the pool to be able to put the water in?
30 foot.
Yeah, okay. Perfect.
I'll also have to be there.
She's just standing 30 feet away. She's like got a geyser, like so she's got the thing, holding it upright. So there's sort of like a bit of a geyser going just up over her head, and then she's sort of helping guide it. And then she's like, "Mira, freeze it."
Yeah, so as you hold the decanter of endless water above your head and shoot the geyser backwards, you're sort of aiming just for the back wall of the room, right, and trying to splash it into this pool, correct?
Yeah, something that's gonna really like
Disrupt the surface.
fuck up reflections essentially. So that there's just no smooth surface. There's really nothing that's gonna create any sort of reflection, and if possible, a bit of a barrier to stop just the liquid water because she just doesn't trust it.
Yeah. The second the water from your decanter of endless water strikes the surface of the water, the dark shadows begin growing more and more black. The roots that are carved out of the stone begin moving around, moving towards the surface of the water, towards this geyser that you've created. Very slowly, almost every time you blink, they've moved a teensy bit more, as the roots almost seem to grow in response to this sudden flood of water.
Stop,
Mira, you're
stop.
freezing it?
Yeah.
Quickly.
Okay. Mira, as you hold your hand up and freeze, you can only freeze a 5-foot
Oh no.
cube, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so you just
no.
touch the water and it blocks the decanter of endless water. Although, were you freezing
Oh,
the
yeah.
pool or were you freezing the...
I thought I have to be able to see it though, is the thing.
I didn't think this through.
Yeah.
So what are you looking at to freeze it?
What do you do? She's trying to be helpful. I think it's gonna work.
Lyra did specifically say don't look at the pool though, so I'm assuming like she's maybe trying to stick her hand in the geyser and it's just sort of like of like ice.
It's just making hail.
We're
make it-
hailing in the pool.
It's making a slushy.
I mean,
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm. Mm. Alright.
Can't
What are
you
we
still
actually trying to?
rotate, can
What are we
you?
actually trying to do here, though? Like,
That's a
Yeah.
good question.
I did hear a little bit of it, but while my cat was going skits.
I think we're trying to
Freeze
just
the
make
pool.
sure that to freeze the pool. But I think, and I noticed the shadows. I'll be like, actually, maybe this isn't going to work. Maybe we should just get out of here as quickly as possible.
Is there any writing
With
or
that-
runes or?
Yeah, all around the edge of the pool, there's a runic language that you don't recognize, Lockie.
Lyra doesn't trust herself enough to look.
Unless you speak primordial, then you understand it.
She does actually. She does
Oh.
speak primordial.
I do too.
Are you staring at the runes around
She
the
still
pool?
doesn't.
Two peeps.
Are you two going to stare at the runes around the pool? Is that what I'm getting?
Lyra,
That's what-
Lyra still doesn't trust herself.
No. I don't think
If I can't read them, he's not going to look for. Are there any like murals on the walls? or...
I remember what we heard
No.
like when we went into the temple, and I'm just like, I don't want to look at anything
Just
suspiciously evil.
no runes or murals. Sorry, Lockie. Just these roots carved of stone.
I'm going to. I wonder if this will work actually, because Yervith's going to look with his mirror
Yeah.
to see if
Very
this
nice.
works.
My mirror.
Well, Jin's mirror, yes.
Yeah.
Coming in very clutch.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see if by looking through the mirror at the pool and at the runes, like whether or not anything's going to happen. Like,
Yeah, I mean, from
I
30
muster the
feet away
courage.
with a tiny
Yeah.
mirror, as you like try and angle it, it's very hard to make out details of what the runes are saying.
I'll probably get a little closer, perhaps.
Yeah,
Just
beautiful.
just to get a little bit closer, just to get a bit more of a larger picture on this little hand mirror.
Yeah. Even I would say even 20 feet. Like you can only see a couple of the runes and make them out amongst the shadows. What you get is it's so you get 2 words, I would say, from where you are looking at it. You see the word divination, and you see the word. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, let me quickly find it. Sacrifice.
Oh, ominous.
Yeah. The runes for divination or seeing the future, and sacrifice, or seeing far seeing, I should say, divination or far seeing.
Perhaps this is the knowledge the riddle at the start of the temple spoke of, or the voices at the start of the temple spoke of.
I think you might be right.
I
Just
do
trying
not-
to think if there's a way to trip the magic to give us a some kind of insight into how this place is working.
I think it was based on what we saw on the murals as well.
Owen, just a quick
Yeah.
question about the murals. Did you say some of them were like blanked out from the shadows or darkness or something?
Some of the text around the base of the pool is very hard to see because of these shadows, almost like dry ice pooling over the edge. But it's like the dry ice fog. But instead of that white steam color, it's this dark, swirling blackness.
I completely forgot about this. I have Devil's Sight, the Eldritch Invocation.
Oh, dude.
Can I actually see through that?
Yeah, you can see the runes really clearly. It's runes in primordial.
I'm going to use the mirror. I'm going to get my sketchbook out. I'm going to get my pen, and I'm going to pen
Very
all
nice.
the runes.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to show the people who actually understand the language.
So the runes continue all the way around the basin. From the front of the pool, you could probably make out this section here to about this section here before you have to move around the pool to see the rest of the runes.
Cool. Before I do that, I will do a quick check, either perception or investigation, to see over here if there's anything suspicious, like traps or anything like that I can think of.
Your choice,
Not
perception or
directly looking
investigation?
at the pool,
No.
but looking sort of around this area at the back.
I give you choice.
This might be important. I'm going to not cast, but I'm going to do one bardic inspiration on me just in case.
Yeah, absolutely.
While he's doing that, can I have a little
17's
look
pretty
around?
good.
Yeah, 17's very good.
Oh, sorry, you go.
That's right. Can I just have a look around the room because I have this? I didn't realize also because I haven't read my character sheet in a while. My backstory I've taken is an engineer and with the urban infrastructure feature.
Yes.
So I have a basic knowledge of the structure of buildings, including stuff behind the walls.
Yeah.
It talks about finding blueprints and stuff and knowing entry point structural weaknesses, secret places. That's more blueprints. But,
Definitely, you can see with your background in urban engineering, you can see that some of the roots are actually cisterns and pipes that provide water to this area. You can see that there are gaps where they're hollow, and that when water is passed through, it pours into the pool. And you can see that these stone tree roots, are mechanical in nature. They're being moved from outside the room. And as the pool has filled with more and more water from the decanter of endless water, the roots have begun moving towards the pool even more.
Okay.
Very slowly.
So they're attracted to the water, or just the water in the pool that's been added.
The water in the pool. They're only moving towards the pool.
Okay.
Jin, perception of 17. There's a body of a human in the back there. You can see that his eyes are burnt out. There's only dark black burnt out sockets where his eyes would be. His skin has turned ashen grey, and he is withered and husk-like.
Cool. Would there be any evidence?
No
of
obvious
traps that
signs
might
of
have done
traps. No obvious signs of traps at all. The only clue you have is that his body is dripping wet.
that? Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Lyra.
So I'm the only one who's seen that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of gonna leave that for now and just sort of put that in my mind tank.
Yep.
Cool.
My mind
I'm
tank.
going to.
Where the
I'm
fishes are my
still gonna be-
thoughts.
I don't have. Okay, I'm still going to be careful and mindful of traps. I'm going to use a mage hand to apply at least some pressure to maybe 10 feet in front of me, just in case there might be any pressure plates around the pool.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
And I'm just going to go around the edge of the pool and do what I was doing.
Sketch out all the runes as you go. Yeah, absolutely.
Sketch
Well, that does happen. If Lyra could do a quick tie around his waist in case he jumps in.
I saw your comment. Yeah,
she's
you tie a rope around his
She's really
waist.
worried.
How long is your
sort
rope,
of
Lyra?
Look,
Like 30 feet.
30 feet? Then you're going to have to stay within 30 feet of Jin at all times.
No, 50 feet. 50 feet.
50 feet.
So,
Alright,
yeah,
then you're
she'll
going to
stay
have to...
within
That's okay.
50 feet.
So, Jin, when you get up to... Yeah, sorry.
So just quick, as I'm like preparing to get ready to do this, I see like sort of feel Lyra start putting the rope around me, and I'm like, I sort of look at her and go, yeah, I guess that's. Oh wait, no, I'm a snake at the moment. Yes, I guess that's fair, just in case anything untoward happens.
Yeah, maybe don't try to stay away as far as possible from the water and the tree roots.
I will try my best. Yeah, okay. I'll start making my way around with rope on and mage hand going at the front, just testing pressure plates, and I move, drop the mage hand, get the mirror out, get my sketchbook out, do that, and then I'll just keep repeating that as I go around.
So, Jin, by the time you get to the back of the pool, you are now more than 50 feet away, unless you want the rope to dip into the pool and actually pull you towards the edge of the pool, unless Lyra's moving closer. Lyra,
totally
are you
up to
moving
her.
closer? Yeah.
Just go the long way around. And we can go this way. So you're like doing one of
if
these.
you step to there, Jin gets
So
pulled
what?
into the pool. No, I'm kidding.
What I'm trying to.
We'll be doing it slowly.
whispering
So
out.
you want me to just come
Essentially,
back
what she
around?
wants to do is
You want me to come
like.
back around and then just
Yeah,
sort of
like
go
one of these,
Yeah.
so that there's.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
look at this. I love how you guys are like, it's okay for Jin to go into the area of the pool, but no one else wants to go anywhere near.
No,
We're
I'm like right
safety.
next to the
We're
pool.
safety net.
Everyone else is
We're
like,
ready to
yes,
pull him
you're
back.
doing so well. 50 feet. Can't even get like here.
Oh, perfect. Lyra, 15 feet. That's exactly where I need you. Lyra, as you step within 15
fuck's
feet of the
sake.
pool. Thank you, Lyra, you legend. Lyra, as you step within 15 feet of the pool, you begin to hear a whispering in the back of your,
Oh, here we go.
back of your mind. This
Alex,
strange,
the pool's talking.
it's calling your
What?
name.
What?
It's Lyra.
Okay,
Pool's
did
talking.
Lyra say that?
Yeah, she says it out loud, I think.
Lyra. I'm not hearing this at all, am I?
Nope, you've heard nothing.
I'm gonna run up. I'm gonna run up to Lyra and say, "What's wrong? What's happening?"
I turn around as quick as I can and go, Yervith, get her off the rope. You jump on. She's having adverse effects of the pool. I hear nothing.
Okay, I'm going to tell Lyra to like give me the rope. You need to leave. You need to leave now.
Yeah.
Grab the rope.
She does exactly that because she's scared as fuck.
Yeah.
Lockie, help out Yervith, please. Mira, console Lyra and see what is wrong. As I continue doing my rune sketching.
Lyra, as you move away from the pool, the voices don't get softer. If anything, they begin to get a little bit louder and more insistent.
Oh no.
Lyra.
Mira, the pool's still talking to me.
Well, I think it's because she's part of this circle. They're calling to her.
Well, what do? We can't just let her go in there.
Keep her away for now. Let me get to the rest of the runes, and then we can leave.
Yes, I think that's best.
Lyra, the whispers now say another name. Shana.
Oh,
Oh
I
shit!
remember
That was
that name.
unexpected.
I remember that.
She
Now
doesn't
there's
go
two
closer
sets.
to the pool,
Yeah, okay.
but she does do sort of like a eye towards the pool and a raised eyebrow.
Yeah, there's now two layered voices. One saying Lyra, the other going Shana, saying both names.
She's not going to talk to the pool because she knows better than that. Shana's taught her better than that.
Yeah.
But she will, she's just going to say out loud, they know both my names.
What?
By this point, Jin, you've finished your loop, and you come back with the full text sketched out, and pass it over to Yervith. Do you want to make me just a super quick, your choice, Arcana,
Right.
sleight of hand, or performance check? Your choice to sketch the runes as accurately as possible.
Okay.
and each
it's
one.
going to be performance.
I thought so.
I still have Bardic Inspiration up just in case.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So let's do it.
22.
Oh, I'm not going
Um,
to use it.
Yes.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, Yervith, he passes over his notepad. You can see written in Primordial around the pool, essentially the roughest translation of this, because it is a little bit hard to translate Primordial runes into the common language, into the common tongue. Cast your sacrifice into the pool. See what is to be seen. But beware, each sacrifice must complete and overcome the last.
As he reads those runes as well, I'm going to gather Lockie and Yervith real quick and just sort of get like a 3-man huddle going, and I'll go, stage whisper, let's not make this apparent. I did find a body, burnt to a crisp, dripping with water.
Oh,
Oh, that would have been our friend we heard screaming.
yes.
Possibly. Let's not say anything to Lyra.
I think she's got other things on her mind at this point in time.
Precisely my point.
What do
Yes.
we?
As I sort of flick my tongue out a little bit because I'm currently a U1 team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yervith, how far away are you from the pool? Oh, Yervith, you're within 15 feet. Yervith,
Uh-oh.
Oh,
you hear... Sorry, I hadn't
Uh-oh.
realised you're in 15 feet. Yervith,
And
you
Lockie.
begin to hear... no, Lockie's okay. Lockie's immune to this effect, as is Jin.
so me.
Yervith,
Oh, okay.
you hear...
Wait,
That's
You-
this isn't a psychic effect, is it?
I'm not saying anything. Yervith,
Oh,
you
no,
hear...
just because if it is, Lyra can't hear shit.
It's not a psychic.
She's just
Sorry. Yervith, you hear the voices of your expedition, the people you lost.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
each one of them.
Oh,
Help us,
no.
Yervith. Yervith, we are
Oh, no.
lost. Save us. Calling from the pool.
Captain?
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah. I
I'm not your captain.
immediately look
I
at the
am
pool
lucky.
and I'm like,
I could be your captain.
it's the expedition. It's the
Oh, Captain, my captain.
they're calling.
I sort of look at Lockie, give him like a side brow, like look, and go back to Yervith. Yervith, there's nothing there.
but I can hear them.
Captain, what are you hearing?
It's the members from the expedition there. I can hear them. They're in this room.
I sort of gesture for Lockie to lead Yervith a bit further away from the pool, because that seems I don't know if it's going to do anything, but I don't want anyone walking into it. I'm going to push Yervith like sort of back, like sort of over here, and try and sort of usher him that way, to get him further away from the pool.
Yervith. There is a way.
I know he'll
See the truth, Yervith. Just look into the pool.
Oh no, it's bad. This is like Lord of the Rings when Frodo fell in to the.
Can I cast detect magic?
Yes, of course you can.
Just to pop.
Alright, so you cast
Lockie.
detect magic. I'm gonna sort of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sort of restrain Yervith down a little bit. I'm gonna say Mira to sort of do the same, and yeah, Lockie can do what he's doing.
Detect
Yeah,
magic.
hold up a
Oh
a little
boy.
spinning
Now,
a little spinning gem on a thing that Lyra gave me ages ago. It was
absolutely.
in hundreds of years ago.
Now you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you, and you can see an aura which tells you it's School of Magic. Okie dokie. The pool is giving off incredible amounts of magic. The aura is shooting out in waves. There's these pulses of magic. The primary magic from this pool is divination magic. However, within each pulse of this powerful divination magic, there is a smaller, darker pulse of necromancy.
Oh.
What about my friends? Well, my two friends at Hearing Voices. Is there any echoes of that magic on them now?
Lockie, as you turn and focus on them, very faintly, you can see the slightest ghostly tendril of this blue divination magic, its black necromantic core, attached to the center of their chests.
Oh no!
And you can see that with each pulse, it is growing thicker.
I say to Lockie, what do you see? I'm
I'm
gonna
just
ship out
try-
of
I'm tracing the magic.
I'm gonna
just-
ship out of Yuan-Ti mode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jin. Actually, no, I'm gonna stay Yuan-Ti.
Okay. I'm tracing the magic. It's come from the pool. It is now in our friends. Is it also in the trees?
No, the roots
trees
are
around
completely
the
mechanical.
outside.
No magic involved with
Okay.
the roots at all. Completely mechanical.
Lockie, for a second,
Is there
I'm
any?
going to cast a spell.
Okay, cool. Cast that. Can I have a look at the pool again
Yes.
and see is there any way to drain it? Is there any mechanical means of doing so?
It looks like the
trees
roots
on the
are heading
outside?
towards the pool to drain the water.
Okay.
You can see that the first root, as it touches the outside area of the pool towards the north, the water begins flowing up through this root, disappearing as the pool begins to lose water.
Is there a way to reverse engineer that to speed that process up?
Or not from in here. You'd have to get to the mechanism room. Now, Jin, you've just cast a spell magic on Yervith.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm trying to cast a spell magic on the magical effect within the pool.
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. So you're going to choose the pool.
So magical effect.
I'm gonna need you
so
to
heard
make
about the
me-
necromantic. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to need you to make me a ability check, please, using your spellcasting ability. This is going to be an ability check. This is very high-level magic.
Can I have helped him by describing the magic to him perfectly?
Yes,
As in, like,
I
it is
will.
this percentage of this and that percentage of that.
Oh,
I will say you can
also
help.
have,
I will add a +1 to his
Cool.
roll,
I also have bardic inspiration still.
which you can
Yes.
roll on this too. Yep, because it's an ability check. Absolutely.
Okay, so what am I? I'll roll a d20 and we'll take the math from there.
Yep.
So 13.
Yep.
And what am I plussing? Just my charisma
So it's your
or proficiency?
It'd be your just
don't
charisma because it's
remember.
an ability check using your spellcasting ability. So that would be plus your. It'd be plus your spellcasting modifier. So that'd be charisma plus
Okay,
your proficiency.
So
I think from
4.
memory.
That goes to 17.
17,
Plus 1, 18.
18. Yep. And then did you want to roll a bardic inspiration?
I'm going to because I think this is quite important.
Yeah.
So that's 4,
4.
18, 22.
You watch as the dark shadows across the surface of the pool disapparate, leaving nothing but a cool crystal blue surface.
So
The voices
more cinematic
immediately
effect.
stop.
yeah, as I sort of walk towards the pool, I'm gonna just sort of start like having my hands come in and sort of like almost fighting back the energy, and then just like in one movement just push it all to the side and just disperse the energy. And just in a blinding quick flash, and then like it sort of erupts in itself and implodes and then gone.
Lockie, you watch as the effect, these tendrils of magic are gone. There's no hint of them anymore.
The gun, you did it. Very nice.
I sort of go, well, that was fun. And I'll turn, see how Yervith and Lyra are doing.
That was. I don't know what to say. Whatever that was, it seems to have left me. Its tendrils are no longer in me. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Lockie.
Thank you. Yes.
Spell
was-
magic,
A
baby.
bit closer for comfort.
Yes.
But still,
Let's go.
Little behind the
I think that's
scenes, Mira, you too would have heard something if you'd stepped up towards the pool.
Oh. I'm so intrigued to why I and Lockie didn't get affected.
Mm.
Maybe
Two
you can
different
tell us some other
reasons.
time.
Two different reasons. Lockie because he's not organic and therefore is not affected by this effect. Jin, another reason entirely.
Oh, okay,
Ooh.
that's interesting.
Yep.
Maybe because I'm a UNT at the moment. I don't know.
Possible.
Maybe.
I mean, the magic seemed pretty high level. You got the effect. You got the when you cast a spell magic, Jin. I should say you get the impression that whatever this magic was, it was intensely powerful. You haven't disrupted it forever. You've just paused it. It will
Yeah.
return.
okay.
Okay.
The magical effect
It's
will
good
come
to
back.
be-
You've just basically
Okay.
suppressed it.
I'm gonna say, let us leave this room
Yes.
and converse further away from it.
Let
Yes,
us
I
leave. No, sorry, Karen.
I would greatly appreciate that. I don't want to be in this room anymore.
Fuck. I don't know how dicey that could have gotten.
I assume that was going to be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will share. I will share
I
one
think we
thing.
would've-
I will share one thing. If you had looked into the pool, I would have been pulling out my insanity table. Let's just.
Oh.
Let's just
Even
put it
if
like
I
that.
looked into the pool, that's still have affected.
Yep. Yeah. Anyone who looks to
Okay.
the pool
Thank
gets
God for
affected
Mira.
by temporary
Oh my God, the mirror
insanity.
has been
So I had a
I
random
I
insanity
was-
effect.
I had an insanity effect in one of my other games, and I had to like furiously fold and unfold a table like a little napkin for like 4 hours.
Nice.
I was
Wow.
just like, ah!
Mine.
cool.
My table's a bit darker than that.
Oh
Oh
really?
god.
Oh no.
Yeah. I borrowed it from
Yeah.
I borrowed it from Call of Cthulhu. It's inspired by the Call of Cthulhu
Oh,
insanity
shit.
table. So don't worry,
Oh,
I'll keep it
no.
here. If anyone gets affected by any insanity stuff, don't worry. I've got it. I've got
So
it.
it's not
I've got
just an
it.
insanity table, it's a insanity table.
It's
Oh,
an
shit.
insanity table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
It,
I love you guys. Yeah, you see the large double doors. Basically, these double doors are depicted with the symbol of the same wizard. This time with his eyes closed, hands across his chest. Almost looks like he's lying in some sort of sarcophagus. The relief on this door is a little bit morbid, very burial chamber-esque as you look at these figures on the double doors.
You guys, you want to scare the shit out of whoever's on the other side of these doors?
If they're alive.
Yeah. Yeah. I could just see if there's anyone there, and I listen against the door.
Listen to the doors.
Yeah, as you Yervith, yeah.
Doors.
As you listen to the doors, Yervith, yeah. Do you want to make me a perception check?
Hell yeah.
Yervith, you could have saved us. No, I'm kidding.
No.
I'm
Threw me
kidding.
off.
13. You hear silence from beyond the door.
I can't hear anything. I think it's could be empty. And I'm going to test the doors again, see if they're locked or not.
They're not locked, but very heavy.
Oof.
You have to strain and push.
I don't think we're going to be too stealthy with these doors. And I gestured to how heavy they are. And
ooh. I quickly say to Yervith, Yervith, quickly, while the whispers are not here anymore, here, have the sketchbook. We never found out what the message said.
I think you didn't I? I read it out.
No, we did.
yeah, we
Oh,
did.
we? I
We
didn't.
did.
I thought you got taken over by the. I don't remember hearing it.
That's okay.
I didn't write it
Essentially, you must make a sacrifice to be able to use the powers of the pool, but be warned,
yeah,
with
that
each
is true, that's true.
sacrifice, the cost increases, essentially. That's what it says.
That's-
I had a much
do-
more
I do
poetic way of
remember
saying it,
now.
but I don't want to have to scroll back.
Yeah.
It's on a
Just
different
quickly
page in my
put
notes.
that in the
I don't
chat.
want to have to go back to a different page, guys. It's too hard on one note. Yervith and Lyra, looks like you guys are at the front. Are you pushing open these doors?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know
Two
if
strongest
they're gonna-
members of the party.
So strong. I mean, I probably look at whoever is the strongest. Like,
Look
I
at,
am definitely not the strongest.
give us
Look at Mr. Roboto as he steps forward.
Lockie. I might need your.
Okay. I'll give it a shove. Also, so when he does these strength checks with the armor, also little bits come down from his legs, like tunk.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
My little supports, like, yeah.
Yes.
I imagine it's like you know the blades that people use in the Paralympics. It's like those, but sideways, like chink into the ground.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice. Yeah, with a large effort, Lockie, with this big push, the doors slide inwards with this grinding on stone, and then smack up against the wall, revealing a large white sarcophagus, 20-foot-high chamber lit by braziers, letting off this very slightly purple-blue flame, slightly blue candle flame from these braziers. This massive marble sarcophagus sits atop a stepped stone dais at the very center. You can see that the walls are decorated with life-size frescoes showing gods you've never seen, deities or minor deities or spirits, ones that you've never seen before.
Maybe this is Diderus' tomb. Maybe
Himself.
the man himself. I'm going to step into the room.
As you step into the room,
There follows.
yeah, beautiful. As you guys step into the room, a voice, loud and clear, calls out. You approach Diderus. I know what you see. As you step into the room.
See?
Does it seem? Does it have like a? Oh, sorry.
I don't know. She was just said that was literally it. We wish to stop Tiamat.
Does it sound like the voice has like any like set like does it come from anywhere, or is it more just a reverberating noise?
It's echoing around the room. Hard to know exactly where it's come from, but
Okay.
for a second you could have sworn it was coming from the dais, from inside the sarcophagus.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Diderus, I'm not sure if you can actually hear us, or if this is just another recording like this man, the stone golem.
I
There's
can
one more
hear.
thing. Oh, that's wonderful. I would like to help Ilda. He's trapped here still, suffering greatly because your office was trashed, and she feels responsible, I think. And
My
she's living in
apprentice.
this half life.
My apprentice
Yeah.
died a long time ago. But wait,
Well, funny that. I stalked
I
her ghost
see.
probably about 30 minutes ago.
yes, her spirit
spirit is
lingers
trapped
in
here.
this place. Yes, I see. I had not thought upon her for some time. I see all,
Me.
but only a narrow band of vision comes to me. If you wish to help Ilda, return a book to the library. That should be enough to release her.
Excellent. We'll keep an eye out for a book then.
Yes.
How can you see all if you only see a narrow band? I'm sorry, that doesn't make logical sense.
It's like being in a dark room with a narrow focus of light, a lantern that only points in one direction. I have to shine where I want to see. All else is shadowed. But
Yes.
wherever I shine my light, the truth is revealed.
Oh, so you see the truth. That's different to seeing all, is it? Because if you can see all, then you would see lies as well. But if you see the truth, then... So I think I'm getting lost. Wait.
Truth and lies are one. If you know a lie, then the truth must be opposite. If you know the truth, then the lie must be opposite. To know one is to know both.
Jin's gonna get a sudden impulse.
Yep.
To offer him a pastry
Where does this
because
impulse
Where-
come from? Is it from the
Where
chat?
did this idea come from?
it's. I don't think it's. It could be from the chat.
It's
Maybe.
hilarious.
I think a few of them have already mentioned.
Two people have mentioned pastries, so I think you have to do it.
Yes.
Thank you, chat.
I get this sudden impulse. I'll
Yeah.
just sort of shoot forward and then get my bag out, and then just like start like I just let 10 pastries just fall out onto the floor as I look smug towards the dais. Your tribute.
Oh no.
I need no further tribute. You have presented tribute to the statue, I see.
I awkwardly sort of
Pastries.
step back to the back of the room.
Interesting. And the statue accepted this offer?
I sort of pipe up in the back now that it didn't have the effect I was hoping for. I'll sort of go, yes, 50 pastries.
Ah, yes. I see. It wasn't originally designed. The enchantment I placed upon the golem. It wasn't originally designed to be extorting goods. Just something could be afforded. I can see that you presented quite a large number of pastries, and that these pastries have some meaning for you. Ah, yes. That is why you were allowed to pass. I see.
Meaning. Yeah. I am very
Hashtag
dear
need
to
to
these
pastry.
pastries.
You've been carrying them around, 180 of them for some time. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that alone.
It's in
You
the
are
bag
committed
of
to them.
holding, and I have to do something with them. There's
Exactly.
180
No,
of them,
you could have
or-
just dumped them on the ground, but you
100
didn't.
and-
You've carried them around. I mean, that clearly there is some use you see for them. There is some meaning to you.
There's 120
I
now.
mean, if we ever
Yeah.
get a admission to like hold the banquet for someone, like you're set, dude. You got the catering in a bag of holding ready to go.
I'm sorry, sir.
They're a
These
little bit
pastries, they're
stale.
completely solid. I mean, he's like smashing against the table. I can't eat this. I'll lose a tooth. Yeah. When were these baked? The Dark Ages? No, sorry, carry on.
But yes, yeah, no, Jin will sort of retreat to the corner there after sort of not having the effect he thought. It was such a weird impulse that just came across him.
Come, you must have questions, some of you.
Wet footprints that like I noticed that there were wet footprints that were in this room, and then they seemed to go this way, but there are no more wet footprints. That wasn't you,
Oh.
was it?
No. Varum. I passed through the secret passageway towards the west behind my sarcophagus.
Oh, is there a secret into opening the secret passageway?
Oh,
That's
yes.
handy.
Secret
Tell me what it
tunnel.
is.
Oh,
Secret
you just
tunnel.
you just need to knock on the door to locate the hollow chamber, push on the stone, and the door will open.
Now,
Oh,
the book that I need for Ilda.
Yes, there is one in the treasure trove back the way you came. I believe there are some
Wonderful.
bearded devils guarding the area.
Yes.
oh, that might be problematic. But we can try.
Would you be mad if we got rid of them?
They are not mine. Varum summoned them here, with help from Tiamat and Zariel. But Tiamat does not know that the devils have already turned against her. These are loyal to Zariel, not Tiamat. Their only aim is to help move Tiamat from Avernus. Zariel no longer wishes to share her realm with a possible usurper, just like she usurped the throne from Tiamat.
You said you
Not
know.
like that, really.
You said you know all. You wouldn't happen to know if any from my expedition still live.
Yes, there is one.
One, you say? Well,
Yes.
other than myself.
No, only yourself survived. I am sorry. I did not mean to give false hope.
Oh, that is all right.
Why are you being so forthcoming? Not that I don't appreciate it, mind, but it does seem strange.
I spent my long life using divination magic to glimpse the future, the past, and everything in between. And for that, the gods called me dangerous. I could subvert destiny, change fate by seeing where the strands of the weave aligned, and thus I was cursed with this undeath. And so I seek to disrupt the gods' plans. All God's plans.
So you don't take very kindly to these machinations happening in your temple, then?
I do not take kindly to any who seek to help the gods. My idea of free will is free will.
The darkness that set up residence in your pool out there, that's the same darkness there off the quarry, yeah?
I see you too have seen farther than your vision allows. Yes, you are correct.
Did you put it there?
No, I did not. Deliberately. I was attempting to understand the nature of this creature, this force. Unfortunately, in my attempts to understand it, I drew its attention to myself. Now my method of sight is corrupt, ruined, dark. Where once I tread through the world, now I am blinded, adrift in shadow, with only my light to see.
Do you know what it was corrupted by?
I only know it by the darkness, the shadow, Untitled Chapter, the night. Some have called it dark hunger.
Oh, Lyra.
Is there any way we can break this curse that this darkness holds on you?
Not that I am aware. It defies all understanding. In my attempts to see it, I caught its attention. I dare not spy further, for fear of what else it could do.
Right.
It's almost as if the more you try to illuminate darkness, the less of it there is to see.
Indeed. So, you wish to chase down Varum? He doesn't have it, you know.
What is,
Not yet.
doesn't have what?
The mask. That's why you're here, is it not? The white dragon mask.
No, we know.
He was hoping to use my pool to see, but unfortunately, before he had taken the necessary precautions, someone filled the pool with water. He has been
that was-
driven quite mad.
That was awfully convenient then.
The Yuan-Ti have taken him back to try and heal his broken, shattered mind. But unfortunately, he peered too
fuck.
deep. And his sacrifice, the cultist he
This
brought
is
with him,
bad.
was gifted too late.
Oh.
I sort of drop the URT now. I'll drop the form, and I'll say to everybody, we're meant to
Yes.
interrogate Varum about
Yes.
many things related to intel.
Yes. You know,
This, I think, cannot be done now.
I believe this
I think we
complicates
are-
matters.
I mean, we can
Yeah,
always
fuck.
ask him the same questions. If he's mad, he will probably answer. We can't really trust the answers, but we may still get some.
maybe we
Or
could
he
just
might
ask-
just babble, and he might have a little bit of drool.
Well, perhaps
This,
perhaps Varum divulged some
Oh,
of his
no.
intel to the Yuan-Ti or to the
Or
cult.
maybe we could ask you. I'll look at the sarcophagus. If you know all.
Yes. What would you like to know?
Okay. Out of character. What do we want to know?
Everything.
Well done. Well done.
Yes.
When we originally went, was he the
Shit.
one we originally went to assassinate?
Yes.
no,
Yeah,
we're
well-
interrogating him. We,
Yeah, I
we
know,
came
I know
here to the jungle
interrogating,
to
but
take him.
originally,
Originally.
when we went and got the request or the call assassination from the chick in the red mask. She was like, "Can you kill him for us?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure." So I mean, hey, contract fulfilled.
Yes.
Back when you were Tabaxi, Michael.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
so.
we were actually pretending to be a part of the order.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, fuck.
This is a spanner in the works for you guys.
Spanner in the works for me. I've had to do some reworking of some notes because Farum got hit 3 times with the effect of this pool thanks to Lyra's workings, and he only had a sacrifice for 1, which means he got a double
One of them
dose.
was really prolonged as well.
Yeah, so unfortunately his
So he has,
sacrifice of the
what, at
soul.
least- So
That is
is the
amazing.
crumpled up body in the corner, Owen, the person that is you sacrifice?
You
Yeah.
suspect it's the sacrifice, yeah.
Yeah.
So he
Right.
sacrificed that person's
And-
soul and to be able to use the pool, but he wasn't prepared for
The 2 others.
So out of character, he's probably got like 2 insanity.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You'll have to find him
Out
and
of
find
character.
out.
Insane
Yeah,
biblical
of course.
symbol.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
might be fine. He might just have a propensity to eat toenails. You've got no idea.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess we'll
that's-
have to find out.
Wait,
Well, but we
if
can
he was
just
hit
ask-
twice,
We can go. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
does that mean he rolled twice on the insanity table?
Oh,
Probably.
Yes, that is correct.
That's rough, buddy.
that's what I was
It's
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, do not touch
Um,
the water.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
I
Okay,
didn't
so
realize-
what do you want to know? We want to know where the mask is.
Yeah.
We want to know where the cult is.
Yep.
Mhm.
We want to know what else we need to know.
Yeah. Mask.
Where did the release team it? Oh yeah.
Mm,
How to stop? I mean, I don't know.
Have an
Something
idea
to do
of
with
that.
masks.
Maybe like any of the cult's recent activities.
Yeah.
If Lyra could ask one question, she wants to ask, how can I save my people?
Whoa. Okay. Yes. Okay. Excellent.
That's a huge question.
Let's do that one first.
Yeah. Let's do that one.
Okay.
We're gonna have
As you
priorities in
speak
this
up.
campaign. We just call it the Tyranny of Dragons.
Now, Lyra, I have a question. Who is asking this question, Lyra or Shana?
Ooh.
Because that is a very
Oh.
important distinction, and I need to know which one it is.
Yikes.
Sorry.
I've got to stick to the canon that I've laid out. This is Lyra. She is the one that cares about others. And yeah, Shana
Okay.
really only sort of comes out when there's danger. She doesn't front.
Okay, you ask a question. I'm sorry. Your people are no more. Their descendants are the Yuan-Ti. There is no more Circle of the Moon. Circle of the Full Moon. They made their
Ooh.
choice,
Rough.
and unfortunately, listened to the lies of Tiamat. To Fallen. She offered them power, offered them new forms. They accepted. And when she fell, they fell. Their power broken, twisting in on themselves. It's amazing that you have not been touched by their corruption. The deal they made included all druids of their circle. Have you felt any stirrings? Yellow eyes in the dark. Draw towards the form of the serpent.
Well.
There was this one time.
I think all she's ever been has been a snake.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Fuck.
There was
Damn,
one
dude.
time you were a wolf, but that
And
was
an
so
eagle.
long ago.
And an eagle. And a
Eagle,
parrot. And a parrot.
But mostly the snake and the
snake.
chimeras, the snake in the jungle. Yeah, you've been a snake for a bit.
I ate one.
You ate a snake.
You ate one.
Yeah.
Snake man.
Oh,
I ate one of
dear.
the UNT. This is before I knew they were my druids.
just hear
So
a
Jack calls again.
from inside the coffin. Just this.
I will say
I agree. Diderus, I agree.
she was a snake at the time. I don't know if that makes it any more right.
Oh, definitely not.
I'll Mira will go up to Lyra and just go, Lyra, it doesn't matter what your background is. It is your choice.
It
Got
is
this.
your destiny.
No, not your destiny, Jin. No, none of that. Destiny.
I do not believe in destiny. The gods
not
do
believe
not
in
give you
destiny.
direction. They merely push you and manipulate you and use you.
Is the Lashvatar, is it a god? Or is it just darkness? Nothing.
I have a theory. It is a force. The shadow created by the light of all conscious living minds. It is the opposite, and it seeks to extinguish the light.
Well, that would explain why it took down the quarry the way it did.
I mean, it's like a life and death. It's duality, right? That's
Yes,
My understanding.
yin, yang, push, pull.
Do you know how many of the Yuan-Ti and Dragon Calls are down there with Varum? Just so I know what we're getting ourselves into.
Yes, I do. I've seen a number of them pass through my tomb at various times. There are a number of Yuan-Ti who work for the cults and who operate by themselves. The real danger are the abominations. Vast, large serpents, descendants of those druids particularly adept at shape-shifting, who are trapped in a half-serpent, half-human form. Larger,
Oh,
ravenous.
okay. That's noted.
Can I change them back? Or can we change them back? Or are they stuck?
Not by any magic, I know. They are not simply druids cursed. They are the children of the children of the children of druids cursed. It has become a part of who they are. And if you're not careful, I sense a part of who you
Oh,
are. Yes, I see it. The curse is still active. Very interesting. It's a nice bombshell for you. Enjoy.
Mm.
Notes: Lyra is still cursed.
yeah. All right.
That's
Lockie, I'm sure you must have a question for me.
I have several. I was waiting for you to finish talking to my friend, whose needs I feel at this moment are quite important.
Well, she has used
Lyra,
her
are
3
you
questions now. What are your 3 questions?
Well, I didn't realize you were so genial. What 3 questions am I going to use? Let me see.
And
I can make a list.
I'm sure
That's a
you
good
have
idea.
some. Perhaps you'd like to know where your friend Langdedrosa has gotten.
Oh. Well, yes.
Oh,
He has listened to your words and now awaits you back at your guild hall in Oxenford.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
so you offer truth with a hook, do you?
Oh yes, one does not get for nothing. And
What?
of
What do you
course,
mean,
you will
Lockie?
pay. You will of course pay for this information at the end.
With more pastries?
Well, I'm not one of Northern Barrel in situations. Let's do this. Where is the white mask?
The White Mask is below. For all their talks of truce, the Yuan-Ti have been keeping it from Varum. They were the ones who took it.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
It seems they
Plans within
have their
plans.
own machinations.
Very nice.
Ah.
Where is the cult situated at this moment?
They are spread out among a number of locations. And I'm sorry, but you have asked your 3 questions.
Was that a 3? I thought I had one more.
Here, you asked. You asked.
You asked a dumb one.
You asked the dumb one, the first one.
Oh, right, okay. Well,
Sorry.
that's fair enough.
I'm
It's-
sorry.
It's all right. My third one was
There's a
going
question
to
with
be. There is.
What do you want? I can ask it. I've got.
Well, the third one's a dumb one as well, but also maybe the most important.
Oh yes.
Jin,
Oh.
you have been quite silent. Surely you have some questions, some answers that you need to know.
I sort of slide up to him and be like, well, first, from a tactical standpoint, I would like to know any of the cult's recent activities that could be, that are notable, that are newsworthy, per se.
They have
Other than
taken
here.
over a stronghold known as Neuronavane. There, they
Neuron-
prepare elements of the ritual Neuronavane.
How do we spell that?
Neronvain.
So close to spelling it right.
Nerovane. Nerovane?
Yeah, that's fine. Neuron vein, essentially.
Look,
Neuron vein.
Neron.
Yeah.
Then.
Neron vein.
Run a vein.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, so taking over a stronghold, Nerovane.
Yes.
I have a question too.
Oh, before
When
you
you
ask that,
finish
he will finish answering Jin's because you asked for any things that are noteworthy. There is another one that she will say.
And of course, the sounding of the Drakhorn, the Sea of Moving Ice. Yes, that has been a significant event.
The sounding of the
Might be
Drakenhorn?
Oh yes,
Dracula.
the Drakhorn. Might be worth investigating the name Markarth the Crimson when you get an opportunity. I'll paste that in chat for you.
Does that name ring a bell? Is that a person in the city?
I don't think you would have heard that name before. Oh, not the Crimzo, sorry, the Crimson. I forgot the end at the end. Yeah, Markarth the Crimzo. Yeah, he's a Crimzo.
Tungai.
It's such a crimzo.
Yes.
From previous, like, this is just out of game. When we were in the city, this is just post the party. I don't really want to ask Owen because I forget. The sounding of the horn, what did that do again precisely?
It basically was a
Anyone
giant
remember?
call to arms for any dragons loyal to Tiamat.
Okay, yep. Just
Oh,
for my
shit.
own notes.
Yeah, and sounded over the whole world at once.
Yeah.
Or as we call her in
Oh.
Australia, Tiamaza.
Tiamaza!
Oh,
Oi, Tia.
Oi, Miza. Miza.
nope.
Queen of the Desert Dragon.
It's very hard to do with Yervith. I was trying to think of one for Yervith. I can't think of an Australian word.
Yervo.
Oh, Yervo.
Yervo.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's
though.
Yervo.
Works
Lizard.
works at the servo.
Does that mean that Jin's... Nice.
Yeah.
Yervo from the server. Does that mean that Jin's is Jizza? Sorry.
Wow.
Jizzo. Sorry. I couldn't
Wow.
resist.
It's hard to say actually because like a lot of Aussies like just make everything like shorter. It's already a short name.
We're adding to it. Yeah.
It
That's why we
is.
added another.
We're adding to it.
syllable.
Apparently,
Or
chat
you
are
just
calling the
come in and
police. Jizzo. Yeah. That's what we're calling the
Lyra
episode.
was going to ask a question.
Yeah.
Lyra, Mira, what was the question you
Yeah.
were going to pose?
Did you finish your questions?
I finished one.
So essentially, you need to investigate the Misty Forest, the Sea of Moving Ice. So the Misty Forest is where the castle Neuron Vein is. The Sea of Moving Ice is the other one. And there is a temple to Tiamat, locked by arcane magic from divination. I will do this one in character for this one. There is another location, the Well of Dragons, under the Temple of Tiamat. But I cannot see where. Powerful magic blocks my sight. Powerful magic blocks all sight.
suspicious. That's impressive, considering your abilities.
Once again, your claim falls short. You cannot see all.
From the wall next to you, Lockie, a mummified hand bursts out from the area, basically pushing out through. Where are you closest to? You're closest to there. Pushing out through the wall, and you hear from inside the sarcophagus, "Anger me again, and see what happens."
He doesn't understand.
Construct.
Lockie.
You've said your piece. You've asked your questions. I would suggest, as I'm eyeing off the mummy, hold your questions in. Just leave it at that for now.
Yes, can't you see? There are terms and conditions right there on the sarcophagus. I can see all little terms and conditions.
Diderus can see all, except terms and conditions apply.
What was this?
Written authorized by the Australian Government, Canberra. Yeah.
What was that? What was that last thing, Owen? About the
The Well of Dragons.
That's it.
Yes, I do have a question.
Yes.
What would happen if we had the masks of Tiamat?
You would be able to use the powers of the mask, speak and understand dragons, even command them if you have the strength.
Halfway there already.
Just
Mira
because you
just
can
kind of-
speak to dragons doesn't mean they have to listen. With the mask, they will.
That's extremely powerful.
Oh yes. That's why Severin has been frantically trying to gather them all.
Makes sense.
Oh, really?
Really.
Severin. He's the leader, isn't he? The leader.
Yes. Red
Yeah.
one.
Now, how much of a dick am I? Is someone saying, "Oh, really?" a question? No,
Oh,
I'm not that much of a dick. I'm not that much of a dick.
I have one more question, and it's not mine, but it's very smart.
Yes.
How do we rid ourselves of your influence once we stop asking these questions? Is that right?
You pay the price.
Oh.
Knowledge. I need a secret from each of you that nobody else knows.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Knowledge for knowledge.
Knowledge for knowledge. And I'm not
quickly,
talking something trivial. I will judge the worthiness of the secret. I will determine its value.
I'm gonna add a game. Miro, your question, did he say Severin is trying to gather all the masks?
Yeah.
He said that's why Severin gathered all the masks.
Oh, gathered all the
Gathered.
masks. Okay, so he has them all. That's cool.
Cool.
No,
cool, cool,
there's
cool,
the
cool.
white one. The white one's downstairs.
True.
We keep
It's
that and hold
gathered
it
in
and not.
past tense.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
so that could be really good.
Did I fucking stutter? I see all.
Oh. Eyeing the mummy off again.
Like he's holding his tongue and being like,
Literally, like he's taken out the gear that helps power his vocal unit and he's holding it, literally holding it in his fists.
So I have 2 questions left. Mira
Yes.
has 1 or
Nah.
2 questions left.
She has used
Done.
all 3 questions.
Lyra's done.
And Yervith has
Lockie's
used his 3
done.
as well.
Oh shit! So I'm the only one of 2.
You're the only one
Yeah.
with 2. Sorry, I was keeping track of
Oh,
Yervith's.
fuck.
Sorry,
out of
buddy.
game. Does anyone have any other questions we want to ask?
Sorry.
You can just ask your friends. You don't have to ask it out of game. You can like go like, I was going to talk
Okay,
to my friends, and then like grab it in the huddle.
So I'm gonna gather. Give me 1 second, Diderus. I'll be right back. I sort of gather everyone and go.
I have as
"Okay,
much time as you do, possibly more.
I'm going to write on a sheet just in case, because I don't know if you had literal hears of the questions.
Mhm.
I'm going to write down the question on one of my sketchbooks just in case to cover myself. Does anyone have any ideas? Any other questions they want to ask, and then they can write it down on the page.
If you ask yourselves, if you don't direct the question towards him, he won't answer it.
Okay.
I'm not a dick.
Well then, I won't bother with this. I was just covering my ass.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's good.
Okay, I'll gather everyone up then.
Classic
and,
Jizzo.
Fuck. But I will gather everyone up and go. So, does anyone have any questions that they think are paramount to our current plight?
Well, we were going to ask either what's Tiamat's weakness, or maybe how do we prevent her from being, how do we stop the ritual that they want?
We could ask how do we prevent Tiamat from, because do we actually have a clear-cut way of stopping Tiamat?
You said you have an idea.
I mean, like,
He just put his tongue back in his mouth. Yes.
I don't know if it's a clear-cut way, but I mean, we control a piece on the board that I believe is very important to them.
Oh, yes.
the white mask. If we
Yeah.
get it.
Do you have
The
any?
Horde?
Do you have any of the masks?
No.
No.
Okay.
I will sort of turn around and go, Diderus,
Yeah.
how should we go about stopping Tiamat from coming into the world? The most optimal way.
I will ask one follow-up question for clarification. Are you asking me the easiest, most efficient, simple solution to prevent Tiamat's return?
We already know the answer to that.
Is that your question?
How about this then? I'll alter it. Instead of the most efficient, easiest way, which is by far the one that everyone will be thinking of and would tackle it that way, do you have any ways that are not perceived by others, that haven't been thought of yet, that could be effective?
Oh, that's a good question.
Specific. That's a good one.
Hasn't-
Specific. Yeah.
That hasn't been thought of by
No.
others.
We know everything that's been thought of, right?
Yeah. Well, no, he
Yeah.
doesn't. He can't see people's thoughts. So that's a tricky one. So he's gonna have to. It's gonna have to be one that's been verbalized or written down when he was viewing. Oh man, that's a tricky one.
You can always come back to it.
Yeah, I might
If
have
you,
to.
if you have to think about it, you can just retcon it and
There is
we can
there
go
is
back to
one
this
way.
point.
There is one that comes to mind straight away. That people haven't thought
Mm.
of. If someone could take Tiamat's place in the ritual, you could summon another instead of her. The ritual isn't specific for Tiamat. It is merely the ritual required to bring a god from another realm into this one. If you could exchange one or more of the items, you could influence which god is brought to the material plane.
Like,
Yes. That is something that that has not been vocalized or brought out. It's been the cult, from the perspective of the cult, it's always just been about Tiamat, and they think it's specifically Tiamat. So yes, no one has thought of that.
So
Great.
Just for notes, so take Tiamat's place in ritual.
Yep.
So
if you could exchange some of the focuses, you could force another god to be summoned to this realm, or another being of that power.
Okay, that could be really interesting. We can bring like another. It could be like a good god.
Yeah.
If we do it right.
Or the light.
All the light. Yeah.
I don't understand any of the light and darkness stuff. I haven't really. Jin hasn't really.
The chat
like,
wants
he
you to
doesn't know
summon
anything about
Asmodeus. The chat has spoken. You need
Oh
to
my
summon
God.
Asmodeus.
My man.
It's time to summon Dispator, Prince of Shadows. Or as we call him, Dispaza.
This mezza.
Dispaza.
I'm gonna do it. So as you guys are sort of whispering like questions to me, Jin's actually gonna look at him and go. He's just gonna be lost in a thought, and he's gonna look at it and go, "Who are my parents?"
Whoa.
Because backstory-wise, Jin was abandoned by his
Yeah.
parents as an infant. He never knew them. So you guys are probably scrambling, like writing all these important questions, but Jin's probably just went off in this thought.
That's great.
That's
as he's-
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your parents were two changelings, each working for different factions. Their connection was not allowed. And when your mother grew pregnant with you, they had to keep you a secret, changing forms often. Unfortunately, their past caught up with them. They had just enough time to find a safe place to stash you before they were taken. I cannot see where they are now. They are beyond my sight, in another plane, perhaps.
They're actually alive.
I do not know.
I mean, like that's just me, like talking to myself. I guess that would be Jin actually.
He'll answer that for free.
He probably
He'll answer
would
that
be-
for free.
He'll probably go, "They're alive."
Because him saying "I don't know" is not an answer. That's just him expressing his inability to answer that question. So he'll answer that for free.
Right.
I do not know. Now we come to the terms of payment. One secret from each of you that no others know. And at the end of it, the six of us will know these secrets.
Oh.
Oh yes,
Oh man.
you will speak them in front of your friends.
Oh, that's juicy. I'll be right back for a
Lockie.
quick sec. Just gonna go to the toilet.
Is that your
Next
secret?
week.
I had suspected your bladder was tiny. No, who would like to go first? Or shall we wait for Jin to return from his quick pissing in my pool of ancient wisdom? As Jin rushes out and begins peeing in the pool.
I can still hear.
Oh,
the
okay.
Oh no.
That is a good secret. That is worthy. No. Who would like to go first?
I think Lyra will probably step forward, being one of the first to ask the questions. And she'll say, 600 years ago, before I got stuck in that gem, I was there to study Wyrens, but not for the reason that you all think. I was there to try and see if I could learn enough about them to take the wild shape as my own. And so it's backwards. She's like, there's my secret.
That secret is almost worthy.
Ooh.
You need to say who directed you to this goal. Out of character question. Yes, the head of your order. had been encouraging you to experiment with draconic and serpentine wild shapes.
What's the head of my order?
That's a very good question. Let me pull open my notes, and I will tell you, unless you beat me to it.
I do not know who the head of my order is.
That's okay. That's all right. We can. If you don't know, then I'll just pull it open my notes right now. That's fine. You can add it to your notes. Give me a second. Okay, so the head of your order was Alaram. A-L-A-R-A-M. Alaram. I'll put it in the chat.
Alaram. Was the
Alaram.
one that directed me to go, but I was under the impression that it was my own desire.
Now you have spoken your truth. I will reveal the lie within it. You were manipulated, Lyra. You were to be the first to take Tiamat's blessing with the shape of the wyvern. You did not know this. Now you do. And now your truth is complete. Your truth is worthy. Who else would like to speak their secret truth? And I will reveal what lie is buried within. Don't be shy, guys. Come on, step up, step up. Hiya, Georgie. You want a balloon? Step up, step up.
Yes,
Come on over.
This is hard.
At everyone's sort of hesitance, Jin will move forward and go, well, I will divulge a secret if no one else will for now. My secret to offer all. Well, you all know that I was raised, well, not raised, but I was left by my parents. I, as an infant, grew up in an orphanage. I was then, because I'm a changeling, was adopted by a group, an assassin group called the Shadow Hand. I was recruited into this guild, and for my youth, I trained in the ways and became an assassin. I was a very good one. But that life, well, that didn't suit me. I didn't want to do that. I didn't like that I had to murder people. For all my bravado and showmanship, I had to find that along the way. I fled, and ever since, the Shadow Hand have been on my tail. I'm able to always sort of stay out of their range because of my changing forms. But they're always there, ever present. And I think for that shall be the secret I divulge.
This secret is almost complete. The lie. The Shadow Hand never lost track of you, Jin. They've merely kept their distance, waiting. And now your truth is complete. Your truth is
actually.
worthy.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's not good.
What a fun way for the DM to put the fear of God into his players.
Oh man, this is rough.
Mira, I can see you have a truth
My
itching.
secret is kind of similar. Oh. Well. No, I'm not sure what he thinks of it.
Go on.
Well, like Jin, I used to have a different life, and well, I did some terrible things in that role, and I know that I've killed people, but there's sometimes fate's worse than death, and destroying someone's reputation, especially someone that you that you loved can be worse. That was the first time I decided that I needed to leave that life.
That truth is almost complete. The lie that you've told yourself, that they are okay, that they were able to weather the storm that you brought upon them. They did not, Mira. They took their own lives 6 months after you spread those rumors. Your truth is worthy.
Oh.
He would say, the fault is not yours alone, however. There is another who bears the blame for that crime, shoulders more of the responsibility. And now that truth is complete.
What? No. That's... There's always more than one person with the responsibility. That's how it happens. You just diffuse it. Then it's no one's problem.
That is how politics works, is it not?
Yes. Mira will be very quiet.
Yervith.
I've always been scared of the world and cities and people. For as long as I can remember growing up in Oxenfurt, and the city was so claustrophobic, and I found refuge in the forests away from people. But when I met the Captain Jaden, and the expedition crew, he was the closest friend I had had in years, decades even. My truth is that when that fateful day came and Yuan-Ti attacked, and I wish it had been me and not him that died. I wish I had done something for that poor expedition. I wish I could have done more.
That truth is complete and is worthy. There is no lie in your truth. The voice sounds confused as you say that.
Huh.
Very confused, as if he wasn't expecting that at all.
Yovo's an honest song.
Well, I mean, it was a really simple truth, and one that had no influence or impact from anyone else. The rest of you, it was all about other people as well as interactions between others. And so in Mira's case, Mira thought that she was responsible for this, but actually, Mira. We'll find out more about that later on. What was that? Sorry, Mira?
More backstory.
More backstory. We love backstory. Yeah. And with that, the voice falls silent.
Oh, there's one more.
Oh, yeah, Lockie. Sorry.
There is Lockie.
Lockie.
Hey.
Lockie steps forward. The secret I have is not my own. The secret I have is about somebody else. Recently, we had some information revealed to us, but it was not complete when I related it to you. The secret I have is about you.
Oh?
And I'm very sorry. This is going to change a lot. We've known for some time that you have a part to play in the coming drama. But it seems, through casting a glance at the sarcophagus, destiny or fate or some machination of the gods, you are to be either the Harbinger or the Vanquisher of Tiamat. You have within you the possibility to bring about the end of the world or to stop its demise.
Me?
And that is the secret that I held.
Whoa.
That secret, that truth, is worthy. But it is not complete. Share the last piece that you know, Lockie.
I've forgotten what it is.
It's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Lockie the character wouldn't have forgotten. So it's
No.
okay if Michael the player's forgotten. Lockie the character wouldn't have forgotten. Lockie, you remember when you tapped into those into that knowledge inside the shrine? You know that Tiamat it's only possible to release Tiamat because Mira has been born.
That's right.
Half silver, half red. It's the dual nature that has opened up the pathway that allows Tiamat and her influence to begin seeping through. That's the last piece of the secret, you know.
I'm sorry.
So am I. Sorry, world.
Not necessarily. The prison that keeps Tiamat locked in. Sorry, I will switch after the prison that keeps Tiamat. I will share more because of my distaste of the gods. Prison that keeps Tiamat is constantly waxing and waning. Whether it was your birth that triggered the wane, or the weakening of the prison that allowed your dual essence to form, none may say. But you hold the power to destroy Tiamat if you wished. But to do it, you're going to have to do the hardest part. You're going to have to resist power. The temptation.
But we'll need power to stop her.
You already have the power you need. I warn you, do not seek more.
What if I'm not enough? I don't have enough.
You do. And you will find your strength without seeking it. And that amulet you carry, it is the key. You are the lock. Be very careful which way the door opens.
Don't step through mirrors.
Nice. Nice. Very good. And that, on that bombshell, is where we will end for tonight as the voice falls silent and speaks no more.
Wow.
Just a little casual lore dump there for everybody.
Damn. That was good.
We started off so benign.
Really was happening.
Oh man.
Mysteries and happiness.
Yeah. And then Jizzo turns up his darts and they all go
Jizzo.
flying everywhere.
Pastries
we
for
are-
everyone.
My
Pastries rain from the ceiling as you pour pastries out of your sack. Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Oh,
That doesn't sound right. Oh, sorry, I only heard it back as I said it. No, unfortunately, despite our efforts of brevity, we will be ending it on a pretty intense emotional cliffhanger. Because that's what the audience love. That's what brings them back. Alrighty, next session. We will be back next Wednesday at 6:45 Australian Eastern Standard Time, non-daylight savings, and 7:45. Yes, 7:45 Australian Daylight Savings Time. So, if you want to catch up on any previous sessions, you can find us on twitch.tv/thelostarchives for the most recent sessions. Otherwise, head over to YouTube, The Lost Archives, or you can find us on Spotify, where we're just called Lost Archives Dungeons & Dragons Podcast. We love you. We leave you. We will see you all next time. Stay safe. Stay well. Farewell, everybody.
Goodbye.
Give him a wave and goodbye, everybody. We'll see you all next time. Fare thee well.